Hey, what's happening, chat? All right, that should be good. What is going on, chat? Today we're gonna be watching Lille Regionals. We're not gonna watch all of it. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to watch all of day one, but we're gonna watch as much as we can. Um, appreciate the resubs there, or appreciate the prime sub there. Thickest biscuit over to the rat pack. We're fresh out of tomatoes. We got plenty of corn. Appreciate the 10 months there. Tanner, appreciate the tier 1 sub there. Maddie, welcome to the pack. Raw out of marbles. We got plenty of sheets. Was Me Too 1 in day 1 stream? It was, yeah. Yeah, it was. Appreciate 27 months there, Jake, and the 35 months there, B-Jam. Appreciate the 11 months there, Yoshi. Appreciate the gifted sub there, J-Car. Over to change. Over to the pack change. We're all out of fences. We got plenty of peanut butter. How am I watching it? I'm just watching the VOD from the stream earlier. The stream happened earlier today on limitless underscore TCG. Limitless was streaming it. How come North American players don't travel so well? How come North American players don't travel so well to international events, but seems like a good amount of international representation at NA events? What do you mean? Oh, it's because North America has more events. That's literally just it. It's just because North America has more events. So like, because North America has more events, there's no reason for North Americans to travel. So yeah, there's no reason for North Americans to travel. Whereas for like other countries, um, I mean, they just don't have. They don't have as many events. So some of the more competitive players come over or just want to play in more events when they can. So I think like I saw Bert tweet out that I think they're coming to Toronto regionals, and so is Tord. You appreciate the resubs there. Rack with the 46 and Punch X with the 58. Appreciate the resubs. Hope Kiram takes it. That's not gonna happen. Kiram's definitely not taking it. Yeah. So I mean, we just have so many events. There's no reason for us to go to European events. I heard about a couple players potentially going to Lille and Warsaw. I don't think any of them ended up going to Lille, but there might be a couple North American players at Warsaw. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see. There might be a couple. If you don't have time for all games, I recommend you watch round 6. Game 2 is a banger. I'm gonna watch everything. I'm gonna watch it from. I mean, unless like there's a double donk or something, we'll like move past it. But yeah, I'm gonna watch all the games. What's up, Slap? All right, let's first watch Slap's video before we get into the um before we get into watching the games. Do I see myself on the Mount Rushmore of modern Pokemon? I don't know. It's not something I really thought about, or probably ever would like think about. All right, let's see what Slap requested for us today. Uh-oh, used roar. Is that is that is that actually how Floatzel uses roar? I consider myself on the Mount Rushmore of modern rats. Yeah, I think that would be fair to assume. All right, I don't want to play this too fast, but I think 1.25 is probably going to be optimal. And let me know if the music is too loud or not. I've been messing with my settings again, so I started streaming again, so I don't know how it sounds to you guys. So let me know. So I think 1.25 is probably going to be optimal, because I don't really want to play it too fast. But usually can go a little bit faster than what's it called. So I watched this a little bit last night as it started, so I already saw a little bit of this opening. So the camera is flipped here backwards in this first game. Stefan is on the left side and Philip is on the right side here. So this is not correct. Actually, I already feel like this is too fast. It's like a little bit jarring. I'm just going to go back down to 1x speed. That feels a little jarring to me. We're just going to go to normal. Wait, it doesn't feel like it's normal. Hold up. No, that's normal. Okay. I don't want to go slower. Yeah, so Philip is playing Giratina Arceus, and Stefan is just playing Lost Zone Giratina. So 2 Giratina decks. And they'll flip the camera eventually. The prize cams, the constant prize cams is pretty sick. I understand why they probably don't or can't do that. It would be cool to see that, to be honest, on the TPCI streams, is to have the prize cards constantly visible. Because I think that's just nice to be able to see and constantly have as a visual. They're a little bit small on the Limitless stream. I think they could like fill up this whole space. I don't actually know what this red thing is for on either side. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is for on either side. The little red bars. My camera actually might be in the way where it is, won't it? Hey, let me move my camera. We can do something like this. Where should I put my camera? Is my camera going to be in the way? It might not, actually, to be honest. Let's just play it and see if my camera ends up being in the way. That's for how many cards are in the Lost Zone. Oh, yeah, it probably will. No, it says who won game 1, who won game 2. And then the area, no, the area down here is where they put the Lost Zone counter. It feels like this could be just like fill up the whole area, though. Just like make it bigger. It's like a little bit small. You can obviously make out what the cards are, but... And it feels weird. They're definitely using like GoPros or something, because it's like a fisheye. It's like a fisheye lens. So everything looks warped. So Stefan grabs Tina and Comfy. And actually a really good attack from Stefan here, turn 1, would be to pull off the KO with the Cramorant here, because KOing Halucha is actually huge, or KOing any one price Pokemon, because then it makes it awkward for Philip to actually put Bidoof in play, which Philip does want to do. Philip does want to put Bidoof in play to set up B-Barrel. So, but even if they get to the B-Barrel, then Sableye can still knock out B-Barrel as like the last prize card for Stefan. So Stefan can go like knock out Halucha, knock out 2 Tinas or Arceus Tina. And then knock out 2 Tinas or Arceus Tina, and then also knock out the B-Barrel to close it out. So Battle VIP Pass to start from Stefan. Comfy plus Tina. No surprise. No cram grab, which I guess is interesting because I think what cram would be want to be a higher priority here. I feel like the cram knockout is really, really big here. And even if Stefan like whiffed the cram knockout on the Hawlucha, even if you escape rope punch the Tina, that wouldn't be terrible either. Because then you could go like back-to-back crams or cram Sableye KO the first Tina. Because Philip is playing Tina Arceus. And Stefan should know this based off the Pass to the Peak plus the Hawlucha. So Stefan should know that it's Tina Arceus here and not like Lost Zone Tina based off those two cards. So there's the Colress. And I was like, yeah, I watched a little bit of this game at the beginning of this game last night. So Stefan goes with like a switch into a Comfey here. And then has Quick Ball and Capture Energy in play and then puts the Capture on the Tina, which I don't really like because I like the idea of keeping the Capture Energy around to be able to retreat a Comfey potentially into the Cramorant. So I don't love this Capture use here because Stefan also has a Quick Ball in hand that they end up using eventually. But I think you could just start with using Comfey here because it's possible you'd want to retreat one of your Comfeys at some point to get into the Cramorant. So I don't love the Capture immediately to the Tina. I think you could have like waited and then like potentially use that to retreat Comfey. Ideally, you want the energy on a Tina, but you could also like wait to see if you want to put it somewhere else. Appreciate the 11 months there, lucky boy. So I think holding the Capture makes a little bit more sense. Wait, maybe we don't get the Quick Ball. No, but you could still open up with the Comfey use first from Stefan if you don't even get the Quick Ball yet. So it's Roxanne versus Tina V-Star. The Roxanne you don't really need, especially when you're in this kind of position as Stefan. You're going to get ahead first, so most likely you'll be the first person to get ahead based on the board states. Comfey again, Water and Gate. Goes with the Gate here, which makes sense. I mean, you can give up a couple energy with this deck. It's not that big of a deal. Lose the Water energy, and now we're up to 4 from Stefan. And we do see the Quick Ball happen now from Stefan, but like because Stefan had the Quick Ball in the hand, like I said, I think Stefan could have opened up with using Comfey instead of attaching the Capture to Tina. Like wait on the Tina Capture because you could have attached the Capture here to the Comfey, gotten Cramorant, and then gone retreat to Cram. Attack with Cram. But I mean, like you said, you ideally want the energy on the Tina, but like it becomes an option. Now it's just not an option at this point. Like I feel like the thinning of the deck of the second Comfey initially, the way Stefan did it, just like didn't matter too much to do initially. Like you could have just waited and then like decided as your turn developed a little bit more. Because if you get the Comfey off of a Comfey, that's still not bad to be honest, because then it opens up the option of the Capture being your retreat option for the turn, which you haven't done yet as Stefan, and then like you get to save the Quick Ball. You get to save the Quick Ball to get your next Giratina, which would be nice as well because you do want to establish a second Giratina at some point. So it gets the Cram KO, which I said is still a huge KO. This is a big KO because this really limits Philip's options of wanting to set up B-Barrel at this point. Like you don't really want to set up B-Barrel anymore past this point because then it becomes super easy for Stefan to prize trade and just go like knockout 2 prize or knockout 2 prize or Sableye KO the B-Barrel or the B-Doof. Even like we see like the Zigzagoon and the Pumpkaboo in the hand for Philip here. I mean, you're not going to play either of those in this situation, but you wouldn't be able to utilize them later on if you wanted to either, or it'd be like risky to utilize them later on. So it's like first KO from Stefan is pretty big deal. And then also like you just know if Stefan like the biggest thing would be like if Stefan picked up on the read of what Philip is playing. Like I said, the Path to the Peak plus the Hawlucha should tell Stefan that Philip is playing Arc Tina. So you can play based off that, kind of knowing there's no possibility of like an explosive turn next turn from Philip at all. And the best thing Philip could do next turn would be Trinity Charge, which is also unlikely to happen because Philip probably plays 2 switches, maybe 3, 2 or 3 switch cards, and 4 DTE. So Philip would have to get the Arceus, the DTE, and one of the couple switch cards, which is like unlikely. So Stefan can get like 2 turns ahead theoretically, like already be planning to get 2 turns ahead here, or that's what Stefan should be planning to do. But you can't. That's only if Stefan picked up on the fact that Hawlucha plus Path should equal Arc Tina, not Lost Zone Tina, which is an important thing to try and pick up on whenever you can. You always want to try and get as much information. Oh, they put the deck names there. I wonder if they're gonna put the. I think I saw the round timer is down here at the bottom, which is a little bit off to me. I feel like they should put that up here, like move the gameplay down a little bit, and then put the round timer up here. All the info should be at the top. I feel like what round it is plus the round timer. You can still keep the follow us stuff down there, but you can put that up there as well. Like you move this whole bar at the bottom up here and then move the gameplay down. That was a little bit off to me. That is like so far away from the rest of the information. I mean, the information at the top is the most relevant information, I guess, but I think we just saw a research there from Philip, and it looks like Philip actually drew nothing. Not completely nothing, but very little. Double boss collapsed, DTE, and there's just the whatever that, I don't even know what the name of that attack is, to be honest. You look at 4 and you take 2. I know that's what you do. Looks like a pretty easy take though. Gonna grab Arceus plus Tina, get rid of Arceus plus Quick Ball. And 2 to the Lost Zone for Philip, even though it's pretty much irrelevant, unless Philip used the do you think Philip should just concede here? No, you want to make sure that Stefan has the Arceus attacks. I wouldn't just concede here, because you don't know how long it's going to take Stefan to actually get off the attack with Arceus. I would say I think Philip probably... I'd have to look back at Philip's hand. I think Philip maybe should have attached active, though, because if Stefan gets the KO on your active here, then you basically probably concede anyways. So I think as Philip here, I would have attached active, so that way I have the option of going boss knockout next turn. And, you know, getting kind of ahead in the swing of things. So I think Philip should have attached active here, because if Stefan knocks out your active here, you probably just lose. But I would play out this turn to force Stefan to have the KO. Like, if Stefan doesn't have the KO here, you could theoretically use, you know, Trinity Charge next turn and then still be in a fine spot, or have attacked with Giratina. But Philip did not attach to the active, so the attack with Giratina is way less likely now. Probably plays Raihan. Yeah, but you have to have the Raihan in the hand. I didn't see a Raihan in the hand there, so I don't think there's a Raihan in the hand for Philip here. All right, Colors from Stefan. Got rid of the Sableye, which I don't love, because like I've been hyping up the Sableye. I assume Stefan only plays one Sableye. Now, if Philip benches Bidoof or any other one prize Pokemon, it's not as big of a deal, to be honest. So now it's a little bit safer for Philip to bench stuff. But it looks like Stefan's going to have a slow turn. It's just going to be set up another Tina and hit for 110. So Philip could have had the boss play, I think, out of his hand, but now doesn't have that option. Yeah, Philip would have had the boss play and KO'd one of those Giratinas, which I think would have put him in a pretty good spot. Can look for the Trinity Charge here now, of course. It has a double turbo in hand, so it's just kind of short on the switch card. You can attach the double turbo to the bench Arceus and then just hope to hit a switch off the Marnie, which I don't think you really have a better play here as Philip. You're still overall behind, but it's better than nothing. And yeah, Marnie. Shuffle to the bottom. Was maybe debating putting Collapse Stadium in play and then playing the Crobat or something for some extra card draw, but Path to the Peak is so good against Giratina, you don't really want to replace it for Stefan. Especially after you saw Stefan discard the Temple of Sinnoh there. Now with the Temple of Sinnoh gone. Also, Temple of Sinnoh is like a really good card in this matchup as well. So those other 3 cards off of the Colress must have been pretty important for Stefan to take those over the Sableye and the Temple. Like I was saying, like both those have... Like the Sableye specifically, I really liked keeping. I like the idea of keeping. Switch card from Philip. A little bit lucky, probably. And other Giratina V-Star probably only plays the 2/2 Giratina V-Star. Has an Ordinary Rod in the prize cards we see for Philip, so probably only has the 2/2 Giratina. I haven't seen anyone. I don't think I've ever seen anyone run more than a 2/2 Giratina in here. So, and there's the Trinity Charge. So I'm gonna get a lot of energy in play here for Philip. Stefan once again still like ahead on the prize exchange. And can even look to like KO the Giratina that has a bunch of damage on it, has 110 damage on it, can look to KO that Giratina without even using their own Giratina as well at some point. So, but yeah, Stefan here ideally wants to KO one of the Giratinas off the bench, because if you KO both the Giratinas, the game is basically over, and there's no real great attacker for Philip anymore to like line up into a Giratina. So if Stefan can just get like Escape Rope here, that probably would set up the game ending, as long as like Stefan can set up like 2 Giratinas. If Stefan can set up 2 Giratinas and like Escape Rope, get a KO on a Giratina off the bench here, that'll probably be game, but we'll see. Stefan did not do a whole ton last turn. Another thing that play There's a net. Comfy. So ideally, Stefan wants to find... Yeah, escape rope knockout would be the ideal. Boss KO wouldn't be terrible either, but... this will be 7 in the loss zone here. So this will lead to the... this is enough for the gates to take over now. It's a switch and something. I don't know what the other card is. It looks like the card that Stefan's going to loss zone is a switch, though. All right, there's the gates. No V stars yet though for the Tinas either. So, but could actually have like a shred KO on. If Stefan plays Zigzagoon, then Stefan could just shred the Giratina with 110 on it. Stefan could just shred that Giratina. You probably make a reasonable assumption that Philip does not play Big Charm, and even if they do, Stefan might play a Vacuum still. So you go like Vacuum plus Zigzagoon. So like a shred play here wouldn't be terrible. Another gate. Okay, so both Giratinas are gonna get set up here. Or we could even see one of the energies go to the Comfy, to be honest. To set up a pivot. Yep, to the bench Comfy. So it has a scoop up net in hand probably then. Or a switch, I guess. Doesn't really matter. One of the two. So now that Comfy can retreat. But still needs... you don't really need Boss Heroes, Stefan, to be honest. You probably like it, though. 1, 2... Yeah, you would like Boss Heroes, Stefan. Alright, has the escape rope. And that's really all Stefan needs. Well, needs the V-Star still, I guess. Doesn't have the V-Star yet. So still needs the V-Star. And there's the V. I think the other one was... I think that was the V-Star hit there for Stefan. So a little bit lucky on the hit. Yo, appreciate the gifted sub there. J-Car over to Shiny Rowlet. Alright, gets the KO. And then probably just removes the capture and... There's a Psychic in the loss zone. Yeah, so probably a Grass. Capture and Grass. Bite the dust off the active. Actually. No? Okay, yeah. Seems correct. And that should be like 10 in the loss zone now, which means Star Requiem is online here for Stefan. I think almost every other prize card probably would have been better for Stefan besides that Ultra Ball. I don't know if the Ultra Ball is going to do very much here for Stefan. The Chorus would definitely have been better, probably. The Energy may be better as well. So Philip will get the response knockout here, most likely. Yeah, there's the Energy. And the cool thing about the one thing that's really cool about Arceus is that you can, and it is literally just the attack from Philip, is that you can get rid of the double turbo as the attack cost for the Lost Impact. That's like the coolest thing about Giratina. When I like made that connection about the deck, I was like, oh shoot, this deck's actually kind of cool. Yo, appreciate the 13 months there, Brendan. So Stefan almost sent up the Tina there. That makes me think Stefan just has the KO in hand. Did get the Ultra Ball off the prize cards, of course. I think Stefan just has KO in hand here. But does want the extra draw. Yeah, Ultra Ball away 2 VIPs. That's the V-Star. And I assume has an Energy in hand because Stefan almost sent up the Tina, but then decided I'd rather use Comfy first. So that makes you think Stefan literally has everything in hand that they need. It makes you think that they have Energy and a way to move the Comfy. We'll see, though. Ultra Ball was definitely clean. Philip take Roxanne. There's a Path to the Peak in play, so you can't use Starbirth. I don't think Philip probably doesn't play Roxanne either. Oh, wait, yeah, that's true. Stefan can just use Requiem here. Yeah, you just use Requiem. That's right. We are at 10. Yeah, so as long as Stefan has... Although Stefan does have the V-Star because we saw the Ultra Ball for it. As long as Stefan can move the Comfy... But he's thinking about benching Cram. I guess you'd bench the Cram anyways, as long as you can Requiem. Stefan better have a way to move that Comfy. Uh-oh. Because Stefan had to play the whole time, right? Because Stefan had 10. Did Stefan not... Oh, I don't think Stefan has a way to move the active. That's a pretty big blunder there from Stefan. Because Stefan could have just sent up Giratina... And then Ultra Ball. Maybe Stefan thought they didn't have 10 in the loss zone. Like they forgot about their own energy hitting the loss zone to equal 11. Oh no! The escape rope! This is so bad. Yeah, it's definitely a big blunder from Stefan. Could have just Ultra Balled for Giratina and then you use Star Requiem and the game is basically over at that point. Especially if Stefan checked their prize cards. And this is why it's so important to check prize cards, right? The only argument you could have for Stefan there would be, okay, I don't know what my prize cards are. So if I Star Requiem here and I KO the Giratina, but even then the Arceus on Philip's side has no, what's it called? Anyways, so definitely a mistake there from Stefan. But if Stefan checks their prize cards, they know they have energy, Colress left. So if they Star Requiem, they guarantee an energy, which means they always have the energy to use Lost Impact. And they'll just be, okay, does a Marnie or a Roxanne screw me? But that can screw you no matter what. So there's but I don't think Philip has the punish here. The full punish here would be if Philip went boss KO on the Giratina. It does have a Marnie, so we'll be able to find some new cards, but might not even be able to get a KO here. I don't even know if Philip would want to KO. You probably don't want to send your Tina in the active here as Philip. You're probably playing Marnie. I actually think, should Philip have just had attached the basic Psychic to the active there? I don't know. Philip maybe should just attach the basic Psychic to the active there, because what else are you going to attach to this turn? You're going to leave the Arceus in the active here, right? Did get the Quick Ball, which can... Oh no, the Punkaboo's in the discard pile, and the Ordinary Rod still prize, actually. So Philip can't bump the Path to the Peak here. The Path to the Peak is stuck. And we did see Stefan discarded there, Sinnoh. And Tina usually plays like one Stadium, maybe one Vacuum. I assume people are playing Vacuum in Tina now that Gudra won Salt Lake City, just because of the possibility of more Gudra hype. I would assume people are rocking the Vacuum to remove a Parasol in that matchup, but I guess people could not be. Yeah, so I think Philip should have attach to Psychic Energy, because I don't think you're ever like not wanting an energy on your active Arceus there to kind of pressure the fact that Arceus could attack on the following turn. Because Stefan's Cramorant can't KO your Arceus, so you're just... And if Stefan uses the Tina to KO your Arceus, like, oh, okay, now my Tina KOs your Tina, I'm fine with that trade-off. So I think that was a mistake there from Philip as well. I don't know, because if you hit double turbo there as Philip, you're not retreating and attacking the Cramorant with your own Tina there. So I don't like that play from Philip of not just attaching the Psychic Energy. All right, we see the Rod coming down from Stefan. And here is where Stefan now wants boss's orders. So blunder from Stefan on the last turn for sure. Could have just Star Requiem the Tina there. I think Stefan forgot that they had 10 in the Lost Zone because of the energy that went from the Tina to the Lost Zone. Or maybe thought they had a switch card in hand, so they thought for sure they could move the Comfy as well. But was not fully punished. Philip did not have... boss KO or switch plus boss KO on, or DTE plus boss KO on the Arceus, so, or on the Tina. So Stefan didn't get punished, and now we see the net and the boss. Okay, and yeah, Philip's gonna pick it up, and we're gonna go to game 2. It almost felt like Philip thought that was weird. It almost felt like Philip thought that Stefan actually won the game there. Stefan didn't actually... Well, Stefan would have won the game probably, but Stefan didn't actually win on a win condition there. It felt like Philip thought that instead of conceded, but maybe Philip did concede. So 1 mulligan here from Stefan. 2 double turbos prized for Philip, which actually isn't terrible, because you have Starbirth to find the first one, and then from there, as you draw prize cards, you'll draw into double turbos, which is like pretty good. Looks like Sableye start here from Stefan. Sableye or Cram is the choice, so not a great set of options. And Arceus start from Philip with the double turbo in hand, so great start from Philip. You don't really need much. Ugh, that's a gross hit. That hand from Philip sucks. Goes with the Psychic over the double turbo, which is interesting. Maybe, I mean, if you just make the guess, I mean, you know Stefan wants to play Colress turn 1. It looks like a pretty mediocre Colress there from Stefan. I didn't think I saw any Battle VIP pass. Oh, double Comfy and a Battle VIP pass prize for Stefan as well. So not a ton of great outs off of this Colress, to be honest. But from Philip, if you're just making the call that Stefan doesn't play Marnie, then attaching the Psychic Energy is okay. But I can't think of a way that Philip gets punished if Philip attaches the double turbo over the basic Psychic, besides getting punished by getting Marnied. Because now if Stefan Marnied Philip, and Philip didn't attach a double turbo, and let's say Philip draws into a hand where they can only use Trinity Charge, now they might have to attach again to the active, and then Trinity Charge with an extra energy on the active than they would have liked. So I'm curious why to not just attach double turbo there from Philip. It doesn't seem like it really makes a difference to have not just attached to double turbo from Philip. It's a Comfy, but it did cost a quick ball. Got rid of the Sableye. And Sableye's like lesser. Like, I think Sableye was important to try and keep around. Yo, what's up, Danny? I think Sableye was important to try and keep around in the last game from Stefan, but less relevant with this start so far. And Stefan can always ordinary route it back into the deck, so. Comfy use, Tina, and is it double Tina pieces? Ugh. Well, got rid of a Tina V. I think that might have been, yeah, it was double Tinas. Was it 2 Tina Vs? That's not good. I think we're close to 4, though, in the loss zone for Stefan. Not quite. Might even just attack with Giratina's first attack, which is actually a really underrated attack in Giratina, the first attack. Like, when you're in a bad spot or you know your opponent can't really KO your Tina, attacking with your Tina isn't terrible. But just a pass over to Philip. And like I said, Philip's hand, pretty mid. Extremely mid, actually. It's not good. Can go with Trinity Charge. Or it could just knock. Once again, holding on to the double turbo. There was so many boss in the hand, though, as well. I don't hate this play from Philip. I would probably attach the choice belts. Yeah. I'd put both of those in play. I wouldn't hate to see knockout on the Comfy here, though. Because Stefan has done so little. I guess you're just kind of scared of the Mirage Gate KO, and this kind of plays more safely around it. But I don't even know if that's true, because Stefan's like only an escape rope away. Stefan's only an escape rope away from KOing your bench Giratina anyways. So, like, if Stefan gets off the Mirage Gate, are you just kind of screwed anyways? So at that point, as Philip, you might as well just take the knockout of the Comfy, because that makes it so much harder for Stefan to get to 7 on the next turn if there's not a Comfy in the active to start the turn. I don't know if I love this play from Philip, to be honest, because like if you're playing around Mirage Gate KO and your only thing that's set up, Stefan is still only an escape rope away to KO your only relevant thing that's set up. Overall. And also, once again, if Philip had attached the double turbo to the Arceus, then you could have had a 4th energy on the bench Tina here, which means you're still like 1 energy attachment ahead. I guess it's kind of about the same thing. Now you save the double turbo for the next turn, which is really good to combo with your Tina, of course. And Philip does have a good hand for the way the situation is playing out, because Philip can, because Philip will be able to go boss KO Giratina next turn with Giratina for Philip's current hand, which is a really good situation for Philip, but definitely a good situation still. But I don't hate the knocking out the Comfy there from Philip, to be honest, and just be aggressive. And then next turn, you know, get a prize card, get another top deck, and then you look for the Trinity Nova on the following turn. And ideally KO like another 1 prizer, but So for Stefan, you're looking for knockout, I think. You're just looking for Tina knockout into set up another Tina and just kind of... I mean, at that point, to be honest, if Stefan knocks out this Arceus, and then... Well, no, Philip could still, like, attach to another Arceus on the next turn. I don't know if Philip plays Raihan, but if they do, they could chain Tina into Tina from here, and then Stefan would need a third... Was that 2 more Tina pieces? Bro, what the heck? I think Stefan literally comfied into 2 Tina Vs into 2 Tina V stars. I think Stefan literally went double Tina V into double Tina V star. That's unlucky. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to see... I don't think we're going to see an attack here from Stefan. How much time do they have? If they have 22 minutes, I would consider, maybe not. I guess you like give Philip 1 more turn. Yeah, I wouldn't scoop here yet as the Stefan, but it's getting close, I feel like. Quick balled away a Comfy. That doesn't seem good when you prize 2 Comfy. I don't know what Stefan is looking for here. Maybe he wanted to get the other Giratina out, which I think is reasonable. Getting rid of the Comfy is sketchy, though. Once again, this comes back to making sure you check your prize cards. I think if Stefan... I'm going to assume Stefan didn't thoroughly check the prize cards there and didn't know there was 2 prized. Also, might just not have a hand where there's anything else worth discarding. Usually you're comfortable discarding Comfy, but not when you prize 2 or have a ton discarded already. Yeah, there's a lot of options in that hand, so I kind of feel like Stefan maybe didn't thoroughly check on the initial search. Ooh, rarely see the Lost Zone Colress, but I think there is another Colress in Stefan's hand. So I was used 2 Colress, I believe. So the last Colress is in the hand right now. It'll be a little bit awkward to potentially find Colress, though, if Philip hits him with a Marnie next turn. There is the gate. Stefan might actually be able to pull off the attack this turn, in which case the Comfy discard is way less relevant if Stefan can get off the attack this turn. Appreciate the 2 months there, Paul. Thoughts on Lugia with Gengar and Duraludon using single strike energy? I have no clue. I mean, Lugia is cool for sure. I don't know what the boot's going to be best with it, though. Appreciate the 5 months resub there. Ultra Keon. We got the gate from Stefan. Appreciate the 3 month resub there, Sochi. We got the gate, and we know there is a V-Star in Stefan's hand because Stefan saw double V-Stars off the Comfy, which, to be honest, isn't terrible as long as you find the rod for your first Giratina when it goes down. But you have to be able to find your next Giratina. You have to be able to search the Giratina out after that. All right, so the Tino's online. Has the energy for turn. Has the air balloon, so has the attack. Everything else in the hand actually looks pretty good, so that's probably correct for Stefan to, yeah. I mean, Stefan has the attack, so it's probably correct to quick ball away the Comfy there. If you have the attack here, it's always fine, especially if you're protecting your Comfy, because you're likely to get a Comfy off the prize cards. Has a grass in hand. It's hard for me to tell what I think on the Lost Zone choices because I can't see everything. Like, I don't know everything that's in the discard pile as far as energy goes. All right, Tina's there for Philip and has the double turbo energy, so we'll be able to knock out this active Tina here from Stefan and still be able to attack next turn. I'm sure we'll see Philip discard. Well, that's actually an interesting choice here from Philip, right? Because you could Lost Zone the double turbo, but if you do that, you're hoping if Stefan attacks here, the game's basically over. And there is 7 in the Lost Zone from Stefan with a Colress in hand, I believe. I could be wrong on that Colress in hand, to be honest. I could be wrong on that. I assume not, because we see Stefan starting with the Comfy. Has a grass and a psychic in the hand now. So is a gate. Stefan's like a gate away from being able to attack, I think. I might not have the V-Star in hand. I think they do have another V-Star in hand, though. I could be wrong on that. Another Comfy. You appreciate the 24 months there, Auburn. Taking their time. Gets rid of a psychic energy. That's a lot of energy in the Lost Zone now. I wonder what the grab was. We do know Stefan has a Roxanne in hand, but Roxanne's like not great here. Plays the escape rope. Looks like no Tina attack here for Stefan, so just cram for 110. So it looks like the energy choice there from Philip is going to pay off here. And Philip does have retreat plus boss in hand. So Philip can knock out the benched Giratina here from Stefan. That's pretty much all Philip has, though, to be honest. Philip has, like, nothing else. But I think you just do it, right? There's no reason not to do it. And this actually will put Philip in Roxanne range. So Stefan will be able to play the Roxanne next turn. Won't be able to actually knock out the Giratina. But because of the board state that Philip will be in, Philip won't be able to get a knockout either. The other play Philip could do would be to use Trinity Charge here. And then you're just hoping Stefan doesn't have escape rope or boss plus KO. To be honest, isn't that not that unlikely? But I think this is probably the better play overall. Is Stefan scoop? I don't know if I like that scoop from Stefan. I think Stefan still could have won that. Yo, appreciate the 613 sub there, Shinarki. Yeah, did Stefan just scoop there? Is that what just happened? That felt so weird. I don't, because Stefan had Roxanne, so Stefan can find Roxanne, Ordinary Rod, get back a Tina, bench a Tina, cram, hit the Tina. Philip can't attack next turn, and then once Stefan KOs that, Stefan just wins the game. Unless Stefan was really drained of resources at that point, but I don't think I had seen an Ordinary Rod hit the discard pile yet. So I think Stefan still had an out there for sure off the Roxanne, like a pretty reasonable one as well, to be honest. Especially because like the Roxanne could bricks Philip so bad that Philip whiffs attachment for turn, which means the Cramorant can literally solo the rest of the game for Stefan, potentially. Not super likely, but there's the potential for it, too. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that concede there from Stefan. I think that was like that. Stefan was still in a fine position. Obviously, going to probably be in a better position now going into game 3, but you're not a huge fan of that choice from Stefan. I think had still quite a bit of play left in that situation. Wasn't there a rod in the loss zone? There might have been, but there was also I'm pretty sure Stefan plays 2 rod. Net the Comfy. Net the Greninja. Is there another energy in the hand to use with Greninja? That'd be great. All right. Probably should have... I don't know. I guess you do want to play it that way, right? Ooh, and then drew into Battle VIP past Escape Rope. So super good start here from Stefan so far. As long as they can find some way to recover some of those energy eventually. Comfy first. Ooh. That's fine, though. It's actually not that big of a deal. Interesting to Comfy first there. I don't know what Pokemon Stefan was hoping to hit off Comfy there. I feel like you'd rather use... Maybe you want another Giratina, to be honest. You want to be able to chain Giratina, so you'd like to get a second Giratina, which makes sense, actually. So now you can get Comfy plus Giratina, and then if you had gotten a Comfy or a Tina off the Comfy, then you could have had 2 of each, which you'd actually prefer. So no, it makes sense. Comfy first makes sense there. Especially if you're content with like the way the rest of your hand looks. The one thing that might be a little bit unfortunate is the Luminion is prized. So if like Stefan's hand is kind of living off a quick ball for a Colress next turn, that's not going to be great. Goes for Tina Comfy. As an Escape Rope in hand, I don't know if Stefan wants to play that. You kind of do want to play it before Philip gets a chance to bench a non-V Pokemon, though. Because then if you Escape Rope next turn, Philip's going to send up a Hawlucha or a Bidoof for your Tina to attack into. So I think I want to see Stefan play the Escape Rope this turn before you give Philip a chance to establish some little schmuck that you don't want to knock out next turn as Stefan. So I would like to see the Escape Rope be used here. I don't like the energy retreat. I would have rather seen that on the Tina and then play the Escape Rope. Another energy. It's a Colress, but you have to go with the Colress, so if you have no Colress in hand here, I think for sure. Cram down. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the energy on the Tina and then Escape Rope into the Comfy. Because now if Stefan Escape Ropes next turn, Philip, like I said, could bench and Philip should go out of their way to bench a 1-prize Pokemon to play around Escape Rope. And really good start from Philip. Tina plus Arceus with double turbo. Has 2 quick balls in hand, I believe. So one of those should become Bidoof. And the other one should become another Giratina, I would assume. There's a boss in hand. You don't really want to get rid of the boss. So maybe you just play one of the quick balls. Because it's a double turbo and a boss. And finding boss is so important. But yeah, you really want to get a 1-prize Pokemon here as Philip to play around Escape Rope. And then you kind of like take away some of the switching options from Stefan. Yep, there's the Bidoof lineup. Could have gone with the Hawlucha to try and like not get rid of a good Pokemon, but you don't really want to put 2 1-prize Pokemon in play in this matchup anyway. So you probably just go with the Bidoof and it becomes a B-Barrel. That's cool. But if Stefan plays Escape Rope, then that's kind of your sacrificial schmuck for the Escape Rope. So I think a pretty big mistake there from Stefan with the ordering of the cards. Should have got the energy in play on the Giratina and then played the Escape Rope to play around the single prizer send up. Not to say that like Stefan still couldn't play around the single prizer being on the bench, but now you need so many more switch cards to have to do that. Stefan is going to get Marnied here anyway, so it won't have as big of an impact, but now there's 1 less energy in play for Stefan, which could make a big deal in the end, towards the end of the game. I mean, he could have been worried about time in game 2, but I still think there was like a reasonable win. Like whenever you have a reasonable win condition, like where you still win a decent amount of the time, I don't think you should concede. Like if the Roxanne had gone really bad for Stefan, then I would concede after that. But if it didn't go that bad, then I wouldn't have conceded quite yet. Quick ball in the hand for Philip, but the hand looks really good for Philip. It has Boss, Evolution Incense, Tina, Quick Ball. I don't think there's a reason to play the Quick Ball here as Philip. Goes with the Evolution Incense, which I also think makes 0 sense. Because what are you gonna... You can't evolve that, can you? I guess it increases your odds of top decking something else, but like maybe you want to... If you top deck Arceus, then you could Evolution Incense for B-Barrel, but now you just don't have an out for B-Barrel. I think this is a mistake here from Philip. I don't know why Philip's playing this. does increase your odds of your top deck not being Arceus, and you do want Arceus next turn, but you also want B-Barrel if B-Barrel doesn't get KO'd. I don't know why Philip is preemptively. Also, if Stefan does play a Marnie, now you have an Arceus on the bottom of the deck instead of in the deck, and you'd rather have it in the deck than on the bottom of the deck. I think that's just like Philip playing too fast for no reason. Like thinking that's the correct play, but then like kind of underthinking it. You can also make the assumption Stefan doesn't play the Marnie. I feel like almost no one's playing the Marnie in the Tina anymore. They started at 1 Marnie, or started at like 2 Marnie, now it's down to 1 Marnie, or now it's down to 0 Marnie. Yeah, definitely no reason to attach to the active Arceus. If it gets knocked out by a Tina, you want as many energy in play as possible for your follow-up Tinas. Now, Stefan has to work pretty hard this turn to get a 2-prize knockout, to be honest. Probably has to settle for Cramorant being the attacker on this turn. And in that case, to be honest, Stefan probably wants to find Escape Rope and Escape Rope up that Bidoof and knock that out. You don't really want to leave that Bidoof in play to become a B-Barrel, to be able to play around your Roxanne in the late game. And has the Escape Rope, to be honest. So I think you just play the Escape Rope here as Stefan and force up the Bidoof, get that knockout with your Cram. And I think that puts you in like an okay spot. It does kind of help Philip a little bit, where now Philip doesn't have to find a switch card anymore to get their Tina in the active, but it's probably worth it for the trade-off anyways, or fine with the trade-off. Fine for what the trade-off becomes. Yeah, there's the rope. Bidoof send up here from Philip. It's not worth the risk. And if Stefan has a switch card or some way to move the Comfy and send up the other Comfy, use the Comfy. VIP pass, pretty easy. Get rid of. And now I assume hoping to get into the Cramorant. Now you just settle for the Cram attack here this turn. Or you could also pass and leave the Bidoof in the active, but I don't like the idea of B-Barrel sticking around. Yeah, it goes with the Cram. I don't like the idea of the B-Barrel sticking around after you finally Roxanne here as Stefan. And now it makes it awkward for Philip to want to bench another Bidoof in play, because that would just lead to Penchy Sableye getting the knockout on the closing Bidoof or whatever. But yeah, Philip has an insane hand here. Even has Pats at the peak as well, I believe. So Philip can go like, geez, I don't even know. What do you do here? You have so many good plays. You have, ooh, he's going to get rid of the Marnie off the quick ball. So that, I didn't have the quick ball. So now you can go like get Tina. Then you can Arceus for Roxanne's in the Lost Zone anyway. Oh, that's true. Stefan could be playing the double Roxanne, but it's probably unlikely. Oh, goes for the Crobat here, actually. I don't hate that. Just draw a bunch of cards before. You can actually draw, well, you can't play the Path to the Peak. So you can draw 5 cards and then Starbirth afterwards and then put the Path in play. So boss up the Tina with the water. Use Crobat. Oh, is it? I thought that was a boss in hand. Maybe I'm tripping. I thought Philip had a boss. No, that was a boss. So I think Philip just misplayed there and just should have bossed. Yeah, the last 2 cards in the hand were Path Boss. So Philip could have gone boss and drawn an extra card off Crobat there, because you're always bossing here. You're never using Tina to knock out a Cramorant. Oh, does play a Big Charm as well. So actually, Philip can put the Big Charm on the active Tina here. Big Charm to the active Tina here. Start to set up the next Tina. And then, yeah, Stefan's probably not going to be able to get to 10 in the Lost Zone on the next turn. So might not be able to KO this active Tina, which is actually a huge swing. Yeah, boss up Tina, Pat to the Peak. Pat to the Peak. And then, yeah, Lost Impact, get rid of the double turbo. Goodbye, Tina. All right, Stefan's going to go for it. Needs to get a KO this turn, I feel like, or it's going to get really tough, because the second Tina from Philip will be waiting in the wings in a pretty good spot. It's actually the more I like watch this matchup play out, though, to be honest, it feels really bad. It feels bad for Philip. I feel like this is a bad matchup for Philip, because it's so much harder if you don't get like 2 attacks off with your Arceus as Philip. Like, you just start to fall behind in terms of energy and play to be able to continuously set up attacks. I could be wrong on that. I've never actually played this matchup that much, but just watching this game, even though I would say Philip is probably in the advantageous position, because we still haven't seen another energy attachment. Oh my gosh, this is so bad from Stefan. And then another attack with the Cram. This one might just be necessary, though, because you do have to get through the Big Charm at some point as Stefan. And this might just be the best way for Stefan to do that, to be honest. Just like punch like this. There is a boss in the hand here, though, from Philip. And another energy to the benched Tina. But like even now, like let's say Philip gets this boss KO on a Tina. Then even if Stefan KOs this Tina, Philip is still not set up in a spot to 100% respond. And now which 2 energy do you get rid of here as Philip? Gonna go with 2 off the active. This means if Stefan does get the return KO, then Philip doesn't have, or then Philip could have a response with another V-star plus an energy. If Stefan gets the boss KO on the bench one, which probably isn't likely for how Stefan's been drawing. I don't even know if Stefan's played a Colress yet. I don't think Stefan's played a Colress yet. So not looking good for Stefan. It is possible Philip whiffs, though, if Stefan KOs the active. But I guess that's also unlikely. Comfy here. Seems like it's not a great choice. Energy gone. Another Comfy net. Can do another Comfy. No Mirage Gates happening yet either. We're at 8 in the Losso now. It makes you think Stefan doesn't have a Lost Gate in hand. What does Stefan even have in hand? No Lost Gate, no Colress. But if Philip doesn't have like boss KO this turn, it's still not over yet, to be honest. And that's what's something so awkward about this situation for Philip. Is it like if Philip can't attack with Arceus into stuff like Comfy or Cramorant, you're lost owning 2 energy off of Giratina to be able to attack, which is like pretty mid. Like that's such a bad trade. Like you're getting 1 prize card to lost own 2 energy. Like it's such a yeah, it's just like a bad trade here for Philip. Like it's not a good trade off. See what Philip draws. I see a Psychic Energy in the hand for Philip. And a double turbo. We could see the double turbo to the Arceus. We also see just the double turbo to the active as well. And then both Tinas can attack just in case Stefan pulls off something next turn. Was it Psychic, Ultra Ball, Quick Ball? Definitely probably wants to thin out some of the stuff with the Ultra Balls and the Quick Balls, but appreciate the tier 1 sub there. Maddie Nate. Welcome to the Rat Pack. Fresh out of Lemonade, but we got plenty of oranges. Sinnoh gone. For Stefan. The Sinnoh's pretty good here, though. I wonder what the other card was that Stefan got rid of. All right, quickly gets rid of the... Sinnoh's like really good. Well, yeah, the Crobat's gone. The Starburst's been used. It'll give you access to your Greninja. And the bigger thing is it shuts down double turbo energy. So that means like Philip doesn't have as efficient of attacks from here on out. So Stefan is looking for like boss KO on Giratina on the bench, I would assume. We can't see Stefan's hand though, so I don't know what kind of options. I don't think Stefan has... I think Stefan still has yet to use a Colress, right? Am I wrong on that? I think I finally see a Mirage Gate in hand. Attach another energy in the bin. That is a lot of energy in the lost zone and the discard pile for Stefan. I don't even know if Stefan has enough energy left to attack. Like, if it didn't cost an energy there to attack with Cram, I'd feel a lot better because then you could have at least manually charged up your Giratina. There might be no energy left in the deck here for Stefan, and maybe that's why Stefan hasn't played the Lost Gates yet. Ball here from Philip. Getting another Arceus. Like I said, Philip probably should have played some more cards out of the hand last turn. I guess Philip maybe knew that they couldn't be hand disrupted, but even then you increase the chance of your top deck being a little bit better. So Philip should have played some of, like, Philip had like the choice belt, the quick ball, the ultra ball, like all those cards could have been played last turn from Philip, and instead chose not to. So definitely a mistake there from Philip. Loading up the bench, Tina. That's actually an interesting attachment there from Philip, because now Stefan does get the boss KO, which I don't even know if it's possible. Because Stefan is through so many resources at this point and has done absolutely nothing. It has nothing built up on the bench either. All right, Sableye attack, or Sableye bench, cram, knockout. Maybe time was called there. Both players kind of stopped. Okay, yeah. So Stefan is 0. Turn 1 for Philip. Has the Arceus attack and will go down to 1 prize card. Once again, has an Ultra Ball in hand, but probably should just play it and discard some cards and get another card out of the deck. I don't know why Philip's not playing the Ultra Ball. Finally, should have played it last turn, though. Should have done this last turn. There's no reason to have not done this last turn to increase the odds of your top deck being better. Oh, the last Bidoof. I was going to say maybe could have even got Bidoof to get B-Barrel this turn. It's the Arceus. Could bench it and load up some energy on it, but you can also just load up the energy on the Crobat at this point. There's the Nova and can thin out at least 1 energy. And it should probably go to the Crobat here, just to make sure the Crobat can retreat. That's also like another reason to not bench anything else unless you can put enough energy on it to make it retreat. But not great with the scoop now that you hit time in game 3. I mean, that's just not how it works, though, Dragonite. That's not how it works. That's being... It's just confirmation bias. You're like, oh, but look, they went to game 3 in the end. But yeah, what if Stefan had won game 2? Then game 3 would never happen. See? So like, I still think there was a reasonable win condition there for Stefan. I didn't know everything that was left in Stefan's deck, but I think there was a reasonable win condition there. Yo, appreciate the 1,000 bits there, Swizzerton. Appreciate the gifted sub there. Jackal Bison over to Bob the Goldfish. Bob, welcome to the pack. We're all out of drawers. We got plenty of milk. Yeah, I don't think Stefan can win at this point. Well, this is Stefan's last turn, so Stefan can't win at this point. It would just come down to, can Stefan not lose? But Philip has 1 prize card left. So for Stefan to win, or for Stefan to tie this game, Stefan needs to KO the Giratina and then hope Philip doesn't have a boss. And then there's a possibility. I think this, now that I've seen this matchup play out, though, I'm pretty sure this is just like a... This is a favorable matchup for Tina. I think Lost Zone Tina, because you can just be so much more aggressive, and you're just, if your Arceus goes down early and you only get like 1 Trinity Nova off, like, you're just kind of screwed, I feel like. I definitely think this is favorable for, this is a favorable matchup for Stefan, even though it looks like Stefan is going to lose this one overall. We'll see if Stefan even has an answer here. Stefan needs boss, has to boss KO Giratina, or play Escape Rope and hope Philip sends out the wrong Pokemon. And then you have to hope Philip doesn't have boss or Escape Rope themselves. And Philip does play an Escape Rope. I don't know if we already saw the Escape Rope this game or not. I forget, but... I wonder if Philip can ever get enough stuff in the Lost Zone where Philip can actually use Star Requiem. I doubt it. There's a Switch and Ordinary Rod, but that's not boss. I mean, the Switch seems like the correct take here. I don't know what Stefan is agonizing over with this being their last turn. I think Stefan's realizing, like, was trying to come up with something. Okay. Another Comfy. I see an Escape Rope. I don't see the boss once again. Yep, there it is. And yeah, there was another Roxanne in Stefan's list. But yeah, game over. Philip gets it 2-1. See, I wouldn't make this argument, Dragonite, but then I could be like, well, see, Philip won game 3, so don't you think Stefan should have played out game 2? That's why it's just like uh confirmation bias, right? Like, oh, this is what happened, so this is what we should have done. But that's not how you want to look on it. You'd be like, okay, what was my percent chance to win this game in the moment? If it's high enough, you should stick out the game. If it's not high enough, that's when you should concede to conserve time. This is laggy. Why is it's weird that the VOD is laggy. I would think it would just skip. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit more. Okay. All right, so we got Gabor and Raz, Mew versus, it looks like Tina. Yep. Lost Zone Tina. Again, this time up against Mew. All right, triple handshake to start it off. Yeah, Gabor is quite the character. I played against him at EUIC, the one before COVID. Puts a ball in hand, gets rid of. I don't know if I like that. I feel like that Cram-O-Matic was pretty strong in that hand. We'll see what the rest of the hand. That Cram-O-Matic seemed pretty strong in that hand. You could have crammed away the Yeah, that cram seemed pretty strong in that hand. We'll see how this turn plays out from Gabber. I think it might have been worth the 50-50 there. I have to see the hand again. There's a pal pad, I think you could have used the Rotom phone. I think you could have used the Rotom phone and the Cram-O-Matic. I think you could have used both here. I think that's what Gabber is playing for, is like wanting to use the Rotom phone. I think you could have done the Rotom phone and the Cram-O-Matic here, because I think what we're going to see is play a tablet. Gonna be able to draw one off this, but if there's no Battle VIP or Genesect, you're gonna be in trouble. Looks like gonna go for, it's a Mew V or a Mew V Max. I'm pretty sure there was like 3 Mew V / V Maxes in the top pick there. Double turbo, Genesect for 1. Held the tablet. Oh, I don't know if I like that play there. That feels so weak. I feel like Gabbar should have 100% gone for the flip on the Cram-O-Matic there. 100% tried to have a little bit more aggressive of a start. Because now you're just living off... Gabbar's just living off top deck plus Genesect for 1/2, depending off the top deck is playable. I think we should have got Crammy with that hand for sure. This feels a little bit too slow. It was a little bit too slow. See though, Battle VIP pass from Raz, and I'm sure probably plays the Drapion. So this is a pretty good matchup for Raz, especially with a double stadium to be able to bump path towards the end of the game. And nothing too important prized. There is one Colress prized, but as long as Raz can find that first Colress, you get the knockout, you get the next Colress, and you just kind of chain it from there. I guess both stadiums are prized, though, in this situation, so it's not that good. I mean, you play 2 stadiums, but they're also prized. Greninja and Comfy. Like I said, probably plays Drapion. But we'll have to see. It's definitely possible he doesn't. Probably a vacuum. Oh, yeah, I would assume a vacuum as well. Which is a little bit high in the stadium removal count, to be honest. All right, Greninja for 2. I think it's possible Raz does not have a way to move the Giratina yet in the hand. I think I saw a scoop up net, but I don't think I saw anything else. Let's see what they find. I just can barely see the hand. I wish we had like a hand cam. Might be attach active and... Okay, net Greninja. We'll withdraw with Greninja. Heroes Metal and Mew? It's alright. So reset the Greninja. Never bad play. 2 more cards. I think there's another net. Yeah, we're going to see it again here from Raz. Run it back. Wait, is that a Chorus? That might be a Chorus. I think we should be using the Chorus if that's a Chorus. That looked like a Chorus to me. I do see the Rainbow Rare Chorus in the... Okay, Capture Energy. Maybe that's not a Chorus. Maybe that's not a Chorus. Another Tina, though. I think you're still in a pretty good spot here as Raz. You can put the Capture on the active, and I feel like that's a Chorus. No, it's a Capture. No, but you should Capture here, right? I think we should Capture for Comfy here. I think like you should Capture another Comfy into play here. I guess you could do it next turn. So maybe not a huge... Oh my gosh. Okay, it's a lot of energy. We've seen a lot of energy from Raz so far. 3 more in the... I don't even know what the first attack of... I'm pretty sure someone in chat knows. What's the first attack of Giratina? Someone in chat. Hit me with it. That's pretty funny, though. That is definitely pretty funny. Okay, that was it. 2 more, or 2 to loss. That's the first 2 cards to loss on, actually. I know what the attack does. I just don't remember what it's... Abyss Seeking, that's what it's called, yeah. I know what the attack does. I don't remember the name. All right, so another phone here from Gabber. Like I said, I think Gabber played it a little bit too slow off the rip. Should have been more aggressive with the Cram-O-Matic. I don't like that play from Gabber. Especially when Raz opened the Giratina, there's a possibility that the Giratina gets stuck in the active for a turn, to be honest. But even then, like getting the first 2 prize knockout, I guess you do want to get that first 2 prize knockout here as Gabber. This is a pretty fast matchup where if you go for a 1 prize knockout with a Mew, you're going to be in trouble. But yeah, like I said, I think Gabber should have been more aggressive with the Cram-O-Matic. I did not like that choice to be passive with it. Choice Belt, Genesect for 2 more here. There's a Cram. Now, if Gabber gets heads here, what do you get? Do you get a way to move the Genesect and then only have a Mew in your active? Which sounds okay, but then you basically lose to a Drapion plus energy. Or do you get something like a Marnie, hope to get a switch card / DT and another Mew to have a follow-up? You would also disrupt Raz's pretty big hand at this point as well. In between switch card and double turbo. The double turbo does make a little bit more sense, to be honest, because that way if you draw to the switch card next turn, you can actually attack with the same Mew. So I do like the double turbo grab here from Gabber over the switch card if you're going to go for this line. But this does mean you just kind of lose to Drapion. You do lose to the drip. Yep, it's going to be this. But yeah, basically Gabber loses if Drapion happens here. Almost 100% of the time. It is possible to make a comeback still from that because Raz wouldn't be able to win on the next turn and Gabber could go like bench double Mew and reset up a Mew and then go with like a Roxanne path play on the following turn. But by then, Star Requiem might be set up and you might just kind of be in trouble. So we'll see what Raz can put together here. Raz has a huge hand. Gonna be able to use Greninja again if they want to. And just has to remember... Ooh, gets rid of the capture. Well, I guess... see, that's why I wanted to see Raz attach the capture last turn. Because now you can't... Getting rid of the capture is still weird to me. That is still a little bit bizarre to me. I mean, you don't want to capture for the Drapion. What? That's a lot of Tina pieces. That's a lot of V cards in one hand. That was like double V-Star, V Luminian energy. I think you have to take the energy here. And a V-Star. Ugh, that's gross. Might get rid of the energy, actually. Yep, get rid of energy and V-Star. Okay. I'm not any closer to Drapion, I don't think. Here comes the comfy use. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the capture from Raz happen last turn to set up second comfy. I didn't like that choice from Raz to attach the water instead. That didn't make a ton of sense to me. And actually, Drapion can't be used here currently if Raz doesn't attach to it. So you can't just capture for Drapion here from Raz. We'll see what they do end up capturing for. I'm assuming there is a Drapion in the list here for Raz, but it is actually possible they don't play Drapion. And if they don't, this matchup gets a lot closer. Without the Drapion, this matchup is probably Mew favored. I actually don't even know, to be honest. Star Requiem is still pretty good, but yeah, and we know it's not prized. We can see the prize cards for Raz, so we know that the Drapion's not prized. But do they even play it to begin with is the question. And now they can't even... No, Raz will be able to pull off probably 2 more Comfy uses, so Raz could gate to the Drapion at this point. And like I said, knockout on the Mew here would be a pretty big deal. Another VIP pass gone. Pretty easy choice. Gonna go into another Comfy here. Even if Raz whiffs here, Gabbard didn't do a whole ton last turn, so there's still like hope for Raz to make like a comeback or whatever. We did get to 7 here. Still a massive hand for Raz. A little bit of a discard pile shuffle trade. Basically nothing. I'm curious as to what even Raz would be looking for. What would Raz even be looking for? What information is there to gather on Gabbard's discard pile? Has Raz even played? No, Raz did play a Colress. I was gonna say there's a Luminion in hand. We could see a. Holy smokes, that is such a big hand. I think she definitely evolved to the Tina. You don't want to give Gabbard 2 free prize cards potentially, or 2 easier prize cards. Benching the other Tina, I guess, is kind of the question though. You're gonna make Gabbard work for the 2 prize cards this turn, or are you gonna give him a little bit of an easier shot by benching the non V-Star Pokemon? Also, does have the Mirage Gate in the hand. Does have the Mirage Gate in the hand. So can Mirage Gate this turn? Which you probably want to. The Mew deck does play a lot of Marnie, so you probably want to use the gate while you have it. I did get to the 7. There's the gate. I just want to see if Raz plays the Drapion. I haven't seen it in the deck yet, I don't think, but Raz moves through the deck really fast, so I can't really tell if it's in there or not. We can't really see too much of the deck anyways. Yeah, Raz moves so fast. Like, what? I don't even know if Raz knows what they're looking at. All right, goes with the gate play. I don't know if it's going to be able to hit or not this turn. Would need another switch card to be able to attack this turn. I think you probably... I don't even know if I love attacking this turn, to be honest, but you probably would attack here if you could here as Raz. At the very least, setting it up, I think, makes sense. And pass. Okay, yeah. I still like the way this kind of ended up. Is the video on X4? No. This is literally 1x speed. Yo, appreciate the 26 months there, Dave. All right, over to Gabber. Another phone. Needs to find... Really wants to get this Giratina KO. This is a big KO if possible, but doesn't have a very established board state, and nor like a very established hand of plays. So pretty limited on options, to be honest, here from Gabber. We'll see what they go with, though. Eyeing up a quick ball. Lost City doesn't make a whole ton of sense. The Marnie there, I kind of like the Marnie there. That maybe hope to draw like a double cross switcher play, but I can't see Gabber's hand, so I don't even know what they got cooking. I think they went for the quick ball. Another Genesect being set up does sound pretty good to me as well. Yeah, Gabber definitely wants to try and KO the Tina. Also needs to get another Mew down, though. Cram away a cross switcher. Does get heads. So didn't love the top deck option of the quick ball then. We'll see what they go with now. The last card in hand is... Oh, I guess they wouldn't have been able to draw anything anyways, but they could have used Cram before they used Rotom Phone, to be honest. Maybe another missequence there from... Gabber. Could have just used Cram first. And it goes with the Marnie here. Goes with the Marnie here. It could have still got rid of the cross switcher as well. So still has 2 cross switchers in the deck, I believe. I don't think they burned any earlier. So still has 2 cross switchers in the deck. So still could pull off the KO on the Giratina. Obviously can't play boss anymore, but can still pull off the double cross switcher play, which I'm sure. And that's a pretty double quick ball is pretty good there from Gabber. And a Rotom Phone to go with it as well, so can dig pretty deep this turn. Probably going to quick ball away the Lost City and quick ball away the, I believe it's another Marnie. Get double Genesect. I would just grab 2 Genesects here. I'm just trying to just draw as much as possible with Genesect, but Genesect plus Mew is probably going to lead to basically the same result. I'd want to draw with that last Genesect to find the Mew, then rather have the Mew in play and can't draw any more Genesect. So I'm sure we'll see another Genesect grabbed here from Gabber. We'll see, though. Think about the Oricorio. Does Oricorio do anything? Why are we grabbing Oricorio here? Does Oricorio do... I don't think Oricorio does anything, like, math-wise in this matchup. Does it? Drapion still KOs you. I mean, you could send it up as a 1-prizer, I guess, for your turn. But if Raz just KOs a 2-prize Pokemon, it's the same thing as KOing a 1-prize Pokemon in this situation anyways. Yeah, I definitely don't like that at all. From... Gabber. And I actually don't like this Rotom Phone use anyways. I don't like this Rotom Phone use either from Gabber. I would like to have seen them draw cards with the first Genesect first and then Rotom Phone after the first Genesect. But I also would have liked them Tina Belt, but no one plays Belt and Tina. It's just not a thing. No one does it. You appreciate the 12 months there, kid. No one plays Belt and Tina, right? I'm not trolling for that. Like... Nick didn't play it. Did John play it? John didn't play. Yeah, it's just not a thing. No one does it. Yeah, playing around Belt is not a thing to play around. Plays around Triple Zig. It does play around Triple Zigzagoon, but I'm pretty sure Raz has already played 3 Scoop Up Nets, so it's like not a thing either to play around. We do see the switch card from Gabber, so we could see Retreat plus switch card. Retreat to Mew. Yeah, and then switch cart back. Yeah, switch cart back. But now wait, now can't use cross switchers, right? And just get 1. So it's going to be a KO on Comfy here then. Now you can't use the cross switchers here from Gabber, so it has to be KO on Comfy now. Which means they go down to 3 prize cards, which means Raz still has kind of the advantage in the prize exchange from here. So Raz is going to be in a pretty good spot, I think, still. When did Gabber draw into that Pokestop? Could they have used the Pokestop before they used Genesect? This is what I was kind of talking about with like the Oricorio grab too, and also like the way they sequenced the Rotom Phone. Like I think that was two pretty big mistakes there from Gabber. Should have instead of Oricorio should have got Genesect, and then shouldn't have played Rotom Phone until after the first Genesect use, because you're gonna see all 5 of the cards that Rotom Phone gets you anyway. So you want to be able to dig deeper with the Rotom Phone. That's like the point of comboing Rotom Phone. Ooh, okay, I like this. I do like this play though. I do like this play from Gabber. The setup with the Oricorio. Okay, I do like this play. This play I do like for sure. So this play's kind of cool here. Using the draw. I don't know. Is that better than just KOing the Comfy though? Because this gives Raz 2 Comfies to work with in play now. So I don't know if that's better than just not just KOing the Comfy though, to be honest. Or yeah, I don't know. All right, Ultra Ball in there from the options for Raz, which could lead to the Drapion. We'll see. Yeah, Ultra Ball leading to Drapion here would be pretty big for sure. With once again, how unestablished of a board state Gabber has, definitely give Raz the advantage at this point. Switch cart, and we might see another Comfy before the Ultra Ball. So could have played the Ultra Ball to get the looks like a Chorus and a switch. I think you're taking the Chorus there every time. I don't even think that's close. Oh no, it's a gate. Oh no, you still take the gate here. Oh, goes for the switch. I would like to have seen the gate grab there from Raz, I think, because you can actually gate to your Drapion. Oh, has the Drapion in hand. Okay, we're chilling. There's a Guru. And then Drapion's going to come down. See, I would have liked the gate grab there, because then you could actually gate to your Drapion from Raz, which is like a cool play, because then even if Gabber gets like the Roxanne Path, double cross switch, or KO your Giratina, you can still you have more outs to be able to use the Drapion on the next turn. So I think it's a mistake. Like the switch card there from Raz doesn't seem like it does a whole ton. And it also thins out your deck of 2 energy cards, which you just don't need for the rest of the game. So I think it's definitely a mistake there from Raz to not grab the Mirage Gate. It was Mirage Gate for a switch card, I'm pretty sure. Because now Gabber can go double cross switcher, Roxanne Path, which is the play they look for on this turn no matter what. So yeah, the switch card there from Raz doesn't make a whole ton of sense, especially if you're planning if you're not going to get Roxanne, you win. If you get Roxanne, you could lose. So Raz also has to do 60 damage to one of their own Pokemon as well. I don't think they've done that yet. And there's the Roxanne. That's what I was saying. I would much rather have used the Mirage Gate, taken 2 energy out of my deck, set up the Drapion to potentially deal with Path. Instead, you're in this situation for Raz, where now you have the energy still in your deck. I think Raz even had a Gate still in the hand there as well. Maybe that one came off the prize cards actually, though. That one came off the prize cards actually. So why was the ref checking the Drapion? Because they didn't know what it did fully. They just wanted to make sure it was allowed to attack. But they should have realized that there should be 60 damage on Raz's board somewhere, unless I'm forgetting how Drapion works. Maybe I should be with the ref reading the card. So now if we see the cross switcher play here from Gabber plus the Path to the Peak, there is a potential to make a comeback. It's gonna be tough though. And that hand needs to be Genesect for 1 into Ultra Ball. Yeah, because you can't afford to play the Pokestop, basically. So you need to Genesect for 1 into Ultra Ball here. And then Ultra Ball has to lead into the nuts. That's a vacuum. That's a start. Now you can vacuum away your Battle VIP Pass, get rid of the air balloon, which is nice to get rid of here. Getting rid of a stadium is interesting. Oh no, I guess the VIP Pass keep does make sense for the Cramomatic. No, that's a good call there from Gabber. Now Genesect for 2. Once again, we need an Ultra Ball here to clean out this hand so we can actually draw some cards. Quick Ball is okay. Mew VMAX as well. So Quick Ball away. Probably the other stadium card. Once again, keep around the Battle VIP Pass for a Cramomatic. And Gabber, if Gabber does whiff, Gabber can always retreat to something for a turn and then reset so the next turn and hope that the Roxanne did its job, because Gabber has used their Palpad, which means they can't use Roxanne anymore. I do like the 4th Genesect grab here. That was the next thing I was about to mention. I was like, I think they should probably just get another Genesect here. Once again, they need a lot. They still need a lot. They need a lot. They still need a lot here, so we'll see if they actually can get it. All right, what's going on? What are we waiting on? What, does Gabber want to see the discard pile? I'm convinced Raz doesn't actually see anything when Raz looks through a stack of cards. All right, Genesect 3 for 4. There's one piece of the cross switcher. There's the choice belt. Oh, the rest of the hand is so bad. Once again, no Ultra Ball to clean it out. So it's impossible for Gabber to actually get the KO here. So now it has to be retreat to Oricorio, pass. Probably retreat to Oricorio. You could retreat to a Genesect, I guess. I don't really know the argument for one over another, to be honest. And then a boss will just win the game here for Raz if Raz can find a boss. They were just Roxanne to 2, though, so it's going to be pretty tough. Okay, he's at 6 on the Guru finally from the Drapion. Okay, that should be the damage on the Guru finally from the Drapion. Draw. Does Raz have boss? Nope. And one thing weird about Drapion is it's just kind of stuck in the active right now. But that's fine. I don't think Raz cares too much. Wisdom. Probably put the net on top, I would assume, so we could chain Comfeys if you get Marnie next turn. Then I assume Raz is not going to be too sad about swinging for... Oh, he's going to go with the net on the Comfey now. Oh, okay. Luminion should equal boss. Boss up the Mew. And get the knockout. All right, game 1 for Raz. Took a while because because it took Raz a while to find the Drapion, but that's kind of how this matchup goes. Gabber's only out is to find like Roxanne Path, but even then, even if you find Roxanne Path, it's like not. You have to find Roxanne Path plus KO their Giratina off the bench that can use Star Requiem next turn and win them the game. So definitely a pretty bad matchup for Mew, and that's why we've seen like a decline in Mew as of late, as far as its play goes, because this matchup is one of the most popular matchups, probably the most popular matchup at this tournament, or probably the most popular deck of this tournament is Lost Zone Tina. Ooh, another Tina set for Raz is pretty bad. We do see Gabber getting aggressive with the Cramomatic, though. I'd like to see that. I don't know what the rest of the hand is. That's something we didn't see from Gabber last game, and I feel like that is kind of what was like an inevitable kind of like constant pile up, like turn after turn of Gabber having such a mediocre setup, just kind of built into the point where Gabber couldn't pull off the big play at the end of the game, right? Got kind of close, but not quite there. But if Gabber had like played the Cramomatic on turn 1, gotten heads, got the Battle VIP pass, set up way better, would have been able to have such a more aggressive of a start that could have definitely led to them, you know, potentially like winning the game, or getting the combo off on that turn and potentially winning the game. There's a quick ball there, probably the best grab, but I don't know what Gabber's hand is. If Gabber doesn't have a card to discard with the quick ball, it's not going to be great. Once again, prioritizing the Oricorio, which is a little bit better now because Raz does have the nets in the deck, I guess. So you can just kind of set up 2 Mew, triple Genesect plus Oricorio in this matchup, I guess. I'm actually not sure what Gabber grabbed there off the Rotom phone. But he's just going to settle for the 1. Okay. It was a double turbo. You do need that to attack with next turn. There's another Genesect, though, and that's definitely what you want here. It's just more draw power. Don't really need double Mew here, but I'm sure you would like to retreat to a Mew here just in case Raz pulls off turn 1 Drapion. Which, to be honest, turn 1 Drapion's not that hard to do. You just need a quick ball or an Ultra Ball and then a way to get into the active. So, wouldn't it be that ridiculous for it to happen? Draw for 2 here, and then we'll see a Genesect draw for another 2 and hope for a Mew to retreat into. Oh, and there it is. All right, so going to be a little bit safer here. Retreat to the Mew, and if an Escape Rope gets played, you just send up the Oricorio. And over to Raz. Starting with the Colress. So already a pretty solid start. Doesn't look like there's much else in the hand, though. There is a Capture Energy, though. Eyeing up the Temple of Sinnoh as well. Probably going to let the Grass Energy hit the... Ooh. That's pretty rough, actually. That hand is not... That hand combined with the cards from Colress does not look great here for Raz. It looks like an Abyss Seeking to me. I don't even know if there's a switch card in the hand. So you can capture... Oh, you could capture out, though. You can capture out the Greninja here. And it's not prize, so that'd be a pretty good grab here, probably. And that's probably what Raz is going to go for. Actually gives up the Rod and the energy. Interesting. You don't need a whole ton of energy in this matchup, though, I guess, because you are playing... You are playing the Drapion. So, like, Drapion attacks for 0 energy, and then you just knock out with a what's it called at some point? The Star Requiem at some point. You're just kind of chilling. Yeah, really not that big of a deal. I assume Greninja, like I said, I assume Greninja is going to be the grab here. Even if you had a switch card in hand for Raz, I don't know if you want to switch into Comfey versus just using Greninja to draw 2. I think Greninja is probably a little bit more powerful. And probably grabbing the Stadium card makes the most sense. Excuse me. As well for Raz to counter Pat to the... Like, you know Gabber's only real solid game plan in this matchup is to go with the Roxanne Path at the end of the game. So as long as you can play around that with as many Stadium cards staying in your deck as possible, you should be in a good spot. Oh, but thinking about Comfey, so definitely has a switch card in hand if they're going for Comfey. Or maybe Raz is thinking when my Giratina gets KO'd next turn, I'm going to want to send up Comfey, but that doesn't seem that good, to be honest. So must have a switch card here. But I feel like using Abyss Seeking is just kind of fine here as, like, get Greninja, use Greninja, Abyss Seeking, and end your turn there. Greninja's also that much better if you get Marnied. Like, if you get Marnied next turn, Greninja's going to be better to have him play than the Comfey as well. No, but I don't see a switch card here. Oh, no, there is one. There is one in there. I see it now. Yeah, I still think I favor the Greninja. It might not even use this switch card either. And just going with the Abyss Seeking. Yeah, I still think I favor the Greninja grab there. I don't know. I like the idea of the Greninja a little bit more. Net and Luminian definitely seem like the best two to grab there. Losing one of the losing the Cramorant is definitely fine. Losing one of the Tinas is also not that big of a deal. I don't know. I like the idea of using the Greninja there. Gets you 2 more cards, which means you can maybe set up a little bit better. It's only a 1 of as well, which means it's going to be harder to find. And yeah, there's the Marnie. Which I feel like the Greninja is like setting up your board a little bit more before getting Marnie. Like having the Greninja in play, plus Greninja might draw you into a Comfey, and then you have Greninja and Comfey in play. I feel like just sets you up a little bit better overall, but I mean, drew into the Greninja and gets to send up the Comfey now, I guess, so it's not that bad for for Raz. Still think I favor it a little bit though. We already have the KO set up here for Gabber, so this is going to be the turn for Raz. Can Raz find and use the Drapion? That's the play that they're going to be looking for. Drapion, knockout Mew VMAX. The knockout is already set up. You know it's going to be in the active. And plenty of Fusion Strike Pokemon in play, so it's going to be a free knockout. All you have to do is find the Drapion and get into the active here. Here we go. Technoblast, KO Tina. Comfey goes up, and we'll see if they can pull it off. Okay. Comfey. I maybe would have liked to have seen Greninja be used first. Actually, there might be a Quick Ball and an Energy in the hand. There's a capture. Ooh. Capture to Comfey. Grab the Drapion, retreat to Drapion, attack. I don't know why not, right? That seems pretty good to me. Oh. Whoa. Ultra Ball would equal Luminion. Capture does equal... There is a Quick Ball in the hand. Okay, so there's a lot of plays here for Raz. We could even see the Luminion to use a Colress this turn, which I think you probably do want to do still as well. I think that is what we're going to see here. Yeah, Luminion, grab the Colress. And then you still want to set up, like, you don't want to play the capture yet, because you still want to set up second Comfey, you want Oranguru, maybe second Tina. So you don't want to actually play the capture yet, because if you draw into the Drapion off the Colress, then you can capture for a different piece. Greninja's coming down as well. Should probably started with Greninja then. Yeah, if Raz was going to use Greninja before Colress, you should have started with Greninja. The only reason to not use Greninja there, I guess, would be if you want to hold the grass energy, but you have the capture, so. So before even using the Quick Ball, you probably should use Greninja. That is... So Comfey probably bites the dust here, I think. Take double Psychic plus the Tina V-Star, probably. I don't hate the Comfey grab, though, to be honest, and getting rid of double Psychic, because once again, you don't need a ton of energy in this matchup. You only need a couple. Okay, 2 Psychics at the discard pile. Yeah, establishing second Comfey definitely seems worth it here, to be honest. Because once again, you're playing around the Roxanne play. Getting a Oranguru out as well would have been nice, but you can't have it all sometimes. Also, second Tina V would have been nice as well. Yeah, can't have it all. Here comes the Drapion. Unlucky for Gabber that it is not prized. Unlucky, no prized Drapion. Does Tina beat Arc Intel pretty easily? Yeah, it's not a very good matchup. I mean, Arc Intel just isn't a very good deck anymore. Arc is still decent in a couple things, but Arc Intel is not one of them. All right, Drapion. Oh no, another Comfey actually. I assume we're going to see the Drapion swing there. Does Raz have a switch card? Oh, there's the switch card. Okay, yeah, I like this then. Goes away the Temple of Sinnoh. Okay, interesting. That's actually, I don't really like that play here from Raz. It's like you're opening yourself up pretty heavily to... Oh, is that a tool jammer? That's interesting. I think you may as well attach it to the Tina. Yeah, you may as well attach a tool jammer to the Tina. I don't know why you wouldn't. Yeah, getting rid of the stadium there is interesting. Because you don't have second Tina in play here from Raz, which means if Gabbar can go Roxanne, Path, KO, bench, Tina, the Drapion can't attack, and you're down one more out to Path to the Peak by getting rid of your Temple. There's an interesting choice there from Raz. I don't know what the other card was. There's the switch card. I would put the Jammer in play here for sure right now, because you know Gabbar is going to be looking for the Roxanne. I would 100% put the Jammer in play. Right, there it is. 60 to Luminion, or Greninja seems best. Puts on the Luminion. I don't know what one is actually best, to be honest. Not going to overly think about it. All right, over to Gabbar. Can they find Roxanne? And with Tina actually having no energy on it, KOing the Tina isn't that vital, to be honest. Because the Tina has no energy. So if you just go like KO the Drapion this turn plus Roxanne, ideally you want to get Path involved. Then you're like going to be in an okay spot from Gabbar. Probably still. There is 8 in the loss zone for Raz, so they're only like a Colress away. But you'd probably be like okay. I think I saw Roxanne and the Path in the deck. Well, they're not prized. So yeah, Roxanne and Path are in the deck for Gabbar. So it just becomes, can they find it? And you may as well commit to the quad Genesect here, I think, as well. You just throw down all 4 Genesect, dig for the Roxanne. Yeah, I don't know. That didn't really make a whole ton of sense to me from Raz to not attach the Tool Jammer, because that could be the difference between Gabbar getting the KO or not. If Gabbar can't find triple tablet but finds double tablet choice belt, second choice belt, then also it's just not another card in your deck. So if you just don't have another card in your deck, then that's like better for when you get Roxanne. Okay. Gonna get Roxanne here if it's heads. It's a tails. Or it's a pretty big hand there as well from Gabbar. Okay. Okay. I think might even have the double cross switcher play. Yep. Double cross switcher, bring up the Tina. Now can they find Roxanne? That's what I'm saying. Like the Temple of Sinnoh, getting rid of Temple of Sinnoh there was felt a little bit off to me. The draw is mediocre. Another tablet and a quick ball. Not even sure what to quick ball away here. Sure, Mew VMAX. There's a couple options in the hand. Nothing to grab. Still needs to find the Roxanne. That's the big card to find, is Roxanne. Only 1 Genesect used. Another tablet comes down. Genesect 2 for 3. Needs to find Ultra Ball or Roxanne here. That's an Ultra Ball. Okay, Ultra Ball's good. Thin out the hand by 3 more. Can draw 3 more. Could just go with the Marnie. I think you keep drawing, though. I think you draw with the next... You definitely draw with the next Genesect here. Like, the difference between Roxanne and Marnie, there's a pretty big difference between the two, if that's what you're playing for your turn. In this situation, Gabbar doesn't know that Raz's only stadium out is in the hand, so Marnie would actually be pretty decent, but I think it's okay. Genesect 3 for 3. And also, there's only 10 minutes left in this match. They might not have enough time to finish game 3. 2, 3. There is a phone and a quick ball. I think you quick ball first and then play the phone. I would quick ball first and then play phone and see if you're drawing with last Genesect first or not. Then you could be drawing extra cards to potentially get the paths if the Random Phone doesn't hit the Roxanne. If it hits the Roxanne, you have +2 cards to draw into the path, and then Roxanne to hopefully hit the path. All right, quick ball gets rid of, what's it called? Grabs to nothing, of course. Nothing to grab. Now Rotom Phone happening. There's the path. There was also the Cram-O-Matic that Gabbar could have taken. Could have taken the Cram instead. So the path is on top. Now do you just No, you should just use Genesect, right? And you hope you get path plus Roxanne. All right, got path Marnie's going to have to settle. Definitely was looking for path Roxanne there. Path. And actually needs another modifier still. Gabbar still needs one more tablet or choice belt, or can't even get the KO. Oh my gosh. Isn't even going to get the knockout on the Tina. Well, sheesh. That's pretty rough. I don't even know what you... I mean, you attack. You're only doing 250. I guess you can clean it up next turn with Oricorio. It does mean that Raz's active Pokemon is Giratina, which isn't as good at getting out of a path lock situation that Gabbar's trying to put them in as something like a Comfey in the active, I guess, but still not a great spot here for... Yeah, +1 turn for Raz to find a solution now is pretty good. Now, if the path sticks and Gabbar can find Roxanne next turn, which I think might be in the hand right now, then that's not too bad for Gabbar, but... Yeah, this is... they only have 8 minutes left. I don't think they would finish a Game 3 here. So this is either going to be a win for Raz or it's going to be a tie. But this game should most definitely finish. I don't think Raz can actually see the cards. He's going too fast. Okay. Gate's pretty good here. There's not quite 10 in the Lost Zone yet, I don't believe. There is one grass towards the back there, I think they pass. Yeah, so you're probably going grass psychic here. I think there's a water in the hand. Yep, grass psychic lined up. Water in the hand. So you could hit for 280. And to be honest, hitting for 280 here isn't that bad. I guess it wouldn't be 280, it'd be what, 260? Because of the Oricorio. But it's possible you could finish up with like a Luminian attack or a Greninja snipe, to be honest. So to be honest, just hitting for 260 damage here is still pretty solid. You don't actually have to win this turn. Yeah, so I kind of just like the hit here from Raz. I think just hitting here is actually pretty solid. We'll see. They should like move the Temple of Sinnoh to like the bottom of the stack, so I don't think it's the top card. Okay. Oh, it does have a boss in hand, so could boss KO a Genesect, but I think just actually hitting the active makes the most sense. Plenty of Psychics left, so could still pull off a Star Requiem on the next turn. This will now be 10 in the Lost Zone. Yeah, 260. Setting up for a couple different options for knockouts on the following turn. Hope they got the damage right. Oh no, that wasn't Roxanne, that's Silene. So Silene in the hand for Gabbar. Oh, actually, that was maybe the Roxanne top deck, though. Oh, going with the boss on the Drapion. Then what do they have to do? Pass? Retreat, pass? Retreat and pass. Now Drapion is trapped in the active and gonna knock it out next turn. Ooh, actually, this is super interesting. So now... Yeah, so now Gabbar can actually knock out the Giratina off the bench with the Oricorio's attack, and then knock out the Drapion on the next turn. And Raz is kind of stuck. Gabbar does have a DTE in hand as well, so can move this Genesect. Raz would have to top deck on this next turn. Or maybe doesn't, actually. I thought I saw one. Silene here. One heads, one tails. Let's see what they grab. Cross Switcher. Okay. Cross Switcher on top. Okay. Interesting to get the Cross Switcher there. I guess that does make sense, though, because you just want to be able to chase down a 2-prize Pokemon. So knockout on the Tina. I believe has 1 left, 2 left. Okay. 2 to the active. So Raz needs to basically top deck Stadium here. Or an out to Stadium. Let's see what they get. It doesn't look good. Oh my gosh. All right, so we actually are going to Game 3. I don't think they're going to have enough time for Game 3, though. see a couple mulligans, it looks like. We're getting into the game. We're getting into the game a little bit late, it looks like. Yeah, we're getting into the game a turn late. So it looks like Raz went first. Now over to Gabber, but they only have 1 minute left. So I don't think this is finishing. Pretty bad start here from Gabber as well, so... It looks like Raz had a pretty fine start, so Raz, I think, probably would have walked away with this one. Most likely if it had played out. Yeah, pretty good start here from Raz, but it's not going to matter in the end, I don't think. Yeah, 30 seconds left. And yeah, I don't think we're going to see a turn 1 attack here or anything from Raz that would give him a shot to actually win. We could see... If Raz can actually attack this turn with Drapion, it's a lot to ask for. If Raz can actually attack this turn with Drapion and go Drapion, hit the Genesect, and then Zigzagoon double net KO into Drapion attack KO Mew, we could actually see Raz win this by bench out. But there's the go. Time to 0. And 0, 1. So there should be no way for either player to win, I don't believe. Not that I know of anyways. But yeah, well, Raz could win if Raz can attack with... If Gabber doesn't bench anything and Raz can attack with... I also don't even know if Raz plays Zigzagoon, to be honest. And there's 2 nets in the prize cards. You'd also have to net a couple times this turn to be able to pull off that many Comfies to be able to use Gate this turn. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, so some pretty cute plays at the end of that one there for Gabber to be able to pull this to a game 3. It was definitely really close. I wonder if, like, even if Gabber could have KO'd the Tina there, I wonder if you always go for that play there as Gabber. But that's, like, super slow, and they're going to draw the amount of cards. Nah, that's probably not correct. I mean, there's never a play here that ever ends in this finishing. So I'm curious why Raz is taking so long. These are usually the situations where you just concede. I wonder if Raz... I actually want to stick around and see it, though, because I'm wondering if Raz actually has a play. It seems like Raz is regretting the energy attachment. Okay, one other play I actually see here for Raz is Raz could attack twice with Greninja. Raz could attack twice with Greninja. And... and go Snipe Mew, Snipe Genesect, and then Goon Ping, Snipe again, and KO everything. Eyeing up the Drapion, though. But would still need a gate here, though, right? Raz would still need a gate this turn. How much does Drapion even swing for? Is it 160? Or is it 190? Oh, it is 190, isn't it? Goes for the Comfy instead of the Drapion. I thought I was going to get the Drapion and put the capture on the Drapion to get another Comfy. Yes, I don't think this is going anywhere there for... Yes, I don't think it's going to do anything for Raz. We'll see. Would need to chain an insane amount of nets here. Doesn't have enough Comfies set up to be able to do that, I don't think, without using the net on the first one. So now what do you do? Capture out another Comfy? What do we got? 5 in there right now? Actually, could they get there? I don't think so. I still don't actually think they can get there. Oh, wait, there is. I forgot about that, though. There is the... There is the Pokestop. I don't think it's possible. Okay, they call for the... All right, Raz finally asked for the ID, and the ID... Yeah, I don't think it was possible there at the end. Oh, there was a Genesect top deck from Gabber. Anyways, Ansel had access to the Pokestop to get another basic Pokemon, potentially have a Quick Ball or an Ultra Ball, so... Yeah, pretty unlikely for that one to actually end in a dub for Raz. All right, skip ahead to round 3. We got Adam and Kay. Inteleon something and Arctina. Man, this Arctina deck is a deck I definitely have to try next week for sure. Is it Arc Intel? Please say it's not Arc Intel. Okay, it's Palkia. I saw the Capture Energy plus Inteleon stuff. I was like, is it Arc Intel? Please don't let it be Arc Intel. Okay. Is it Kai? All right, Palkia going first. As the VIP pass. I think this matchup is definitely favored for between a tie and an ID, and a tie is a end result of a match. The end result of a match, just in general, and an ID is when both players choose to intentionally tie. So it's the same amount of points. It's just like how the result came about. Is there 3 Palkia in that opening hand? What the heck? Wait, why are we not getting Greninja here? No shot. Did we just not grab Greninja turn 1? That's a huge mistake. I think they had the cap. No, they had VIP pass. They could have got it for sure, but I think they had a capture energy. They could have on the active and got it. And then Greninja'd away the water energy. That's a capture, right? Yeah. That's a pretty big mistake there. Ultra Ball off the rip here from Adam. Pretty rough. 2 energy, bite the dust. 1 double turbo. Makes me think that Adam probably has like research plus another double turbo in hand though. Gonna be looking for the turn 1 Trinity charge, but will be a little bit tough to pull off. When you don't open the Arceus with this deck, it's hard. When you don't open the Arceus with any Arceus deck, it's tough to pull off the turn 1 Trinity charge. You have to find one of your switch cards. And Arceus decks never play too many switch cards, so there's probably 2 to 3 switch cards in Adam's build. So it's gonna be tough. Definitely going to be a tough turn 1 Trinity charge for Adam. If you open the Arceus, it's actually not too difficult to get off the turn 1 Trinity charge, but... I think a pretty big misstep, though, on... oh, just has it. Okay, my bad. And the research. Holy smokes! What a ridiculous start from Adam. I was like, all right. Might be a little bit difficult to pull off the turn 1 Arceus play here. Switch, second double turbo. I did predict the double turbo plus research. I did not predict the switch card also being in the hand. So really good start here from Adam. I do not think this is a great matchup actually though for Adam. I think it's definitely an unfavorable matchup overall. If Kay can get the knockout here, then they're going to be in a pretty good spot. Once again, pretty big mistake from them not to set up Greninja last turn. I think that's actually a huge misstep. To not establish Greninja last turn. And I'm almost positive they could have. I don't see a world where they couldn't have. And to get they can actually get the knockout on this Arceus here. They do need Goon plus Choice Belt. So it'll come down to, do they play Goon or Choice Belt? I don't actually know. They do have Irida. They have, like, they almost have it, I feel. If they have Goon and Choice Belt if they play Goon and Choice Belt, once again, pretty bad sequencing here again. They should have played the Capture Energy first. Actually, this is terrible. Is that a Capture Energy in hand? I swear that's a Capture Energy in hand. This is a pretty bad sequencing, though. You should attach the Capture first, Greninja away a water, get 2 cards, go from there. So pretty bad sequencing. I don't know if there's a Goon in this list, though. This is definitely like the more Inteleon-heavy build with the Capture Energies, I feel like. So they probably play Rare Candy. If they play Rare Candy, then they might also play Quick Shooting. All right, level ball in hand. Yeah, draw 2 with Greninja. Finally, we see the 2 with Greninja. We want to see that sooner. Drew, was that 2 water? I think it was water Evo, so not terrible. That is a capture, right? Am I tripping? We're using Greninja. Seems reasonable. You could have even captured to like the Sobble on the bench. That is a capture, yeah. I'm not tripping. I don't think we're gonna get the KO here though. We might not get the KO. Let's see if there's a goon in the list. They're grabbing the big charm. I can't tell. They didn't scroll all the way through the deck. So I don't know if they play quick shooting or goon. I assume they play a choice belt. Not playing choice belt would be pretty ridiculous. You know, appreciate the 18 months there, Salami Bear. But yeah, it looks like they're pretty much conceding the... there's a choice belt. Do they play goon? They do play double shaded aliens in Teleon. We saw one in the discard, one in the prize cards, one in the deck. And oh, I don't see quick shooting or goon. I don't think they play either of them. So there was no way for them to get the knockout this turn. They are playing the evolution incense. They shouldn't be grabbing this Inteleon right now though. If anything, they should go Drizzile for an Irida, hold the Irida. Or just hold the evolution incense. Because when you do this play, if Adam just has a Marnie, then you lose 2 outs to Inteleon from here on out. It was a pretty bad sequence, unless they have Arcandy in hand. But I think I saw the Arcandy in the deck. This is once again a pretty bad sequence here. Also, if they check their prize cards here, they should know Training Court is prize, which means they should actually maybe use... should have played aggressive with their V-Star power this turn, and actually gotten Water Energy out of the discard pile and put them in play on the Greninja, and then they could use Greninja next turn to maybe KO this Arceus plus set up the Giratina on the bench. I think they are maybe thinking about doing it. Okay, and they go with them on the Greninja. I like that. I would have put... maybe would have put one on the Palkia still. I don't know. And they're only swinging for... How much are they actually swinging for here? 6180. So they still could have hit for 210. The problem with this math is it doesn't really line up for Greninja next turn. Because now this Arceus isn't going to get KO'd. And actually, from Adam here, I wouldn't hate to see like Boss KO Greninja happen. Or Boss KO Drizzile, because you know they got the Inteleon off the Evolution Incense. And that's why that was such a bad sequence there from K. Because now you telegraphed your opponent your hand. So now there's so many plays now that Adam can make that punish your play from different angles. So that's why not playing the Evolution Incense is always the correct play there. Did Ultra Ball away the Espeon there. I will get hurt by Echoing Horn, which I assume they also run in the Palkia deck. We'll have to see. I don't know if there was a better target for the Ultra Ball there. If there's not, then there's sometimes there's just not. You just have to go with it. The Espeon's actually kind of cool in there though, for sure. Goes with the Giratina. Might even play... Oh, no, does play Choice Belt. Actually, we saw the Choice Belt... Ooh, was that a mistake from Adam, actually? The Choice Belt to the active Arceus there? I think the Choice Belt... Ooh, and then an Avery. Wait, I'm curious as to why Adam played Avery before Ultra Ball then. Or didn't play Avery before Ultra Ball then. That's bizarre. Yeah, I think that's definitely a mistake there from Adam, because now you can't get... That's super bizarre. Why wouldn't you just play Avery first there as Adam? That's a really weird choice there from Adam. So now we're going to probably see Switch plus Choice Belt, and then Giratina will knock out this active Palkia. That was like another bizarre choice there. To not just play Avery first. So it plays at least 2 Avery in the list. Probably just 2. I can't imagine playing more than 2 Avery. Looks like it was eyeing up Raihan. Did get Raihan off that. That's interesting. I mean, Adam's hand is probably not going to get disrupted anytime soon. I think that was a Raihan there. A Choice Belt Raihan. The Raihan's interesting over getting a switch here. But they maybe don't have any more switch left. They might play like 1 switch, 1 escape route. The choice spot on the Arceus over the Tina actually was a little bit interesting as well. I guess, I mean, you want to be able to have the option for your Arceus to KO a Palkia V, but you know that V is going to become a V-Star, so that option probably isn't going to be available. And you want to assume that every Palkia player plays Big Charm these days. It's just like the standard now. This is going to get really awkward here. Greninja probably is the best play, though. But the follow-up is going to still be awkward. You're going to have to Melanie this turn to your bench Palkia, and then if Adam has Boss, you're going to be in big trouble. You probably actually shouldn't Melanie this turn. What you should do here is just set up 2 Palkias, and then Greninja hit the Tina, and I guess you have to hit the Arceus as well, even though it doesn't KO it. But I think if K had played a little bit more efficiently, that they could have actually hit the Arceus for at least 200 damage, which would have led to Greninja KOing the Arceus. They could have got Choice Belt down and gone and hit it for 210 instead of hitting it for... but the sequence so far from K has been pretty inefficient, so it's led to like limited play options so far. So captures out a Sobble. I really would like to have seen another Palkia get grabbed here. No. I actually think they have the Palkia in the hand, actually. I think they opened with 3 Palkia in hand. As a viewer and a person who has been on stream, how easy is it to see obvious plays? And also, how hard is it to see obvious plays because of being on stream and having the lights and stuff on? You're definitely, like, more likely to make mistakes. It's Kai. Okay. Okay, so second Palkia comes into play. We just don't want to see the Melanie here from Kai. I don't even know what that card is. Boss. Okay, I do like this. The Boss, actually, I like. I like the Boss. And then Snipe, 90-90. I like it. The Arceus could get stuck in the active for a turn. Then we could even see like a Melanie cross switcher play on the next turn and KO the Tina off the bench. Actually, is that even enough? Do we even have enough damage to do that? But I don't think Kai plays... I didn't see Quick Shooting or Zigzagoon. So you're going to have to do another attack into this Arceus, which is really annoying. Or maybe an attack with Inteleon to clean it up, because I believe it has 20 HP remaining. Oh, it's got 30 HP remaining. Actually, never mind, because there wasn't a full bench from Kai on the previous turn. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what Adam does here, actually. This is like an awkward spot now for Adam, because if Adam commits to Tina, knock out this, even a Palkia, like, what do you do from there? This is super awkward for Adam. Benches the Gardevoir, which is neutral on damage in this matchup, because like it makes Palkia do more 20 more damage, but it reduces the damage Palkia does by 20. So just attach pass. I don't hate that from Adam for the current situation. I think Adam did have Boss KO, but now if Kai can actually get the KO on this Tina, I feel like Kai's in a pretty good spot. So we're looking for Melanie cross switcher here, but does need a lot. So we can see the sheesh, they need a lot. Yeah. So here we go. Shady Dealings. Gonna grab Melanie. Probably should grab Bucket as the other card to grab as well, because that thins the most stuff out of the deck. So probably Bucket plus Melanie is the 2 optimal cards to grab here. And you're hoping to draw into an out that leads to double cross switcher. Plus, you also need the V-Star if that's not in the hand, which I don't think it is. Appreciate the 913 sub there, flying. There's the Melanie. I think, yeah, you need another card here. When so many outs you have to stuff. I think I do like the idea of just getting the Bucket, though. Goes for net instead. I don't like that. You have a ton of outs that lead to Drizzile, so getting the net feels kind of pointless. Like, that's the thing you're probably going to draw into off the Melanie is an out to a Drizzile. I'd rather have seen something like the Bucket, which guarantees your attachment for turn and also guarantees you draw 2 more cards off of the Greninja, potentially. 1, 2, 3. If they even got close. Oh, they got the candy! Actually, it is going to work out here, I think. No, they're going to be... No, they have the Sobble. I think that actually is going to work out. They could grab Evolution Incense. No, I don't think they actually have enough. No, it's not enough, because that'll be 2 cards, but they need 3. They need Cross Switcher, Evolution, and Water Energy. So they don't have enough here. I guess that's just going to be... I would bench the Sobble here, I think, for sure. I'd bench the Sobble and probably net reset the Inteleon and get something off Drizzile. Probably get a Bucket to attach an energy to your other Arceus. I'd be a little bit scared of my 1 Palkia going down with energy when there's not that much energy left in the deck. So I'd probably go get Bucket I'd net reset, Drizzile, Bucket, attach your other Palkia. Pass. There should be plenty of water energy left in there, I think. Wash energy and Palkia and Teleon, yay, nay. I mean, if you do play it, you basically have to play Raihan. I think it's like pretty mid overall against Tina anyways. I think maybe like second Big Charm would be better, to be honest. Yeah, I think overall it's pretty mid against Giratina. In a matchup where I feel like you're already favored, so I would say nah. Unless Tina's like the only deck in the format, which it's not quite yet. It is the most popular. It's good against Lost Box, not Tina. What do you put it on? Alright, yeah, split the energy. Good. Should bench the other Sobble as well. It's going to burn the heavy ball. There's nothing to grab, but be able to fully check the prize cards. And then you just don't want the card in your deck anymore if you get Marnie to Roxanne or something. You can't Sableye it, so Zard always 2 KOs. I guess. So I said that would be too many goons for them to get, right? Makes sense. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to bench this Sobble. I think this Sobble should always be benched here. I think it's a mistake to not bench Sobble here from Kai. I don't think you're afraid of a third Avery from Adam. I think 2 Avery. That's enough Avery for everyone involved. Like, now if you get Marnie here, you just have another Sobble back in your deck. Because there's nothing else you'd ever want to put on your bench here, I don't think, as Kai, so. Alright, see what Adam does here. Definitely wants to set up another Giratina, and I'm sure would also like to actually knock out a Palkia here and not KO a 1-prize Pokemon. So we'll see if they can pull that off. That's a lot to ask for. Ooh, but there's the Goon. That's the Goonie. Has the Choice Belt Goon. Yep, boss up a Palkia, Goon ping it, but this still doesn't. It's not that great for Adam, because now we're looking at Roxanne plus KO your bench Giratina. I guess this would be Kai's first 2 prize cards, though. Yeah, I like the energy loaded up here on the active here from Adam. So yeah, Kai going to be looking for Cross Switcher. KO should have everything. Kai should definitely be able to pull off this play, no problem. The Roxanne isn't prized. It's in the hand even. I guess the question would be, can Kai find the... And I would probably go with the Candy Inteleon here while you have it. I would just like play that out. I don't think there's a point in saving Candy Inteleon. And hopefully that can lead to Bucket plus Evolution Incense. I think it's the one thing I'm kind of scared here for Kai, though. Does Kai have... How many more outs does Kai have to the Palkias besides Iridas? There's not a ton. Do we need Choice Belt here? I don't think you need Choice Belt here. Am I tripping? No, I don't think you need... Am I? Well, hang on. 160. 200. No, you don't need Choice Belt here. Oh. Whoa. Just, you need to get another item. Okay. Do we need that? There's 90 on the thing. Oh, we don't have another bench Pokemon. I guess we maybe do need the Choice Belt, actually. Maybe I'm miscounting here. 160, 180. I guess we do need that because there's 90 on. Yeah, I guess we do need the Choice Belt. That kind of sucks. All right, so Roxanne, we need to find the Palkia now. Don't forget to attach the Choice Belt. Yeah, I think we should have candied the Inteleon, right? Am I wrong to think that? I guess if we candy Inteleon, though, you can't Drizzile anymore. But the other 2 Drizziles for Kai are prize, so it doesn't even really matter, to be honest. No! Irida can't be that great here. I mean, it gets the KO. It does get the KO. Well, now if you have Quick Ball, though, you didn't need to get the Choice Belt. If you can bench another Pokemon here, you didn't need the Choice Belt here. And you could have even used, actually, instead of Irida, you could have used Raihan here. Which is definitely what you should have looked to use here instead. This is your last opportunity to use Raihan, probably. This is probably the last opportunity to use Raihan. Probably should have gone with Raihan over Irida, and then put that energy on like the Inteleon, and then maybe attack with Inteleon next turn, depending on how it plays out. Oh no, wait. No, Adam took a knockout last turn. Yeah, Adam did take a knockout. I was like, Adam didn't take a knockout? No, Adam did take a knockout. Yeah, so now with the Manaphy, we're looking at 160, 200, which KO. So the choice belt just isn't relevant here, actually, if you go this route from Kai. So the choice belt was a bad grab there. This is overkill. Or no, it's not overkill. This is just enough. 160, 200, yeah. Because Gardevoir is neutral. And didn't Roxanne. So this gives Adam an opportunity to set up another attacker here. See, this is why we want to Roxanne last turn, because now Adam can just set it up so that way, I mean, Kai just loses. So right now, Adam, Raihan to the Arceus, attached to the Arceus, probably gets a double turbo here, attach that to the Arceus as well, and then hit for 210 damage, and then the bench Arceus KOs the Palkia, and that's Kai's only setup attacker is the Palkia. So now there's no win condition here for Kai anymore, I don't think. Yep. Attack. Is there any energy left to grab? Like 1? Okay, yep. So now even with the active Arceus going down, it's not going to matter. But if Kai had used Raihan and put it on the Inteleon, then Kai this turn could, like, I don't know, double cross switcher up. I mean, it would still be pretty rough, to be honest. You could double cross switcher up the Gardevoir and put 20 on the Arceus, I guess. Yeah, not a ton of great options anymore, though. Does have the Roxanne, but it doesn't really lead to anything because there's no other attackers set up here. Just going to start with the Shady Dealings. Maybe just check to see if there's anything. Oh, no, there is quick shooting in the deck. There is quick shooting in the deck. Okay. So, yeah, if Kai had gone... Raihan to the Inteleon, and then this turn double cross switcher up Gardevoir... I mean, that's still not... Yeah, double cross switcher up Gardevoir. Then you could have gone attack with Inteleon, KO the Arceus with quick shooting plus the 20 from Gardevoir, or from Inteleon. And then next turn, quick shooting KO the Gardevoir, and then KO whatever Adam sends up from there. But didn't use the Raihan last turn, so... Yep, picks it up. All right, moves on to game 2. So a lot of missequencing there from Kai in that one, but hopefully cleans it up going into game 2. Yeah, hopefully cleans it up going into game 2. I guess it was fair for Kai to prioritize on turn 1 because Kai did prize Training Court. It was fair for them to prioritize putting the water energy on the Palkia, because if Adam gets a turn 1 path to the peak, then you can't use your ability anyways because you know your Training Court's prized. But you still should have prioritized getting Greninja out, I think, and then discarding the capture energy with the Greninja to draw cards. There's just so much. There's just such a ridiculous amount of value in with the deck and just like using Greninja. Like using Greninja is just like insane value in Palkia. It's absurd. Any use of Greninja, like right here, you probably want to use Greninja if you can confirm that your Training Court's in the deck. You just like always want to use Greninja, even if it means you whiff an attachment. I guess a little bit. Misclick on the buttons there. All right, now we see the Greninja priority here, it looks like. Adam isn't playing control. Adam usually doesn't play control. Adam usually plays decks. Definitely doesn't play the top meta decks. Didn't use Greninja though. Definitely another mistake here, I think, from Kai. Like it's just so much value. It's like the value of using Greninja in this deck is so much higher than any other deck because you're playing a Shady Dealings deck. So it leads to, like, if you draw any, like, good trainer card, all of a sudden your Shady Dealings and Goes gets another good trainer card. And then you have 2 good trainer cards. It's just insane. It, like, compounds. Yeah, it just, like, compounds. I keep, like, do they keep misclicking buttons back there or something? What is going on? Someone just took their stream deck and threw it across the room and saw what happened. Yeah, Adam isn't like exclusive. From what I've seen from Adam plays throughout the years, it's not like exclusive a control player, but never really plays tier 1, tier 2 decks. Or sometimes tier 2, but usually almost never plays tier 1 decks. The buttons are glowing, so they have to click them. All right, we stabilized. Back in it. Restabilized. Decent start from Adam. Gets out the guard. The guard was such a funny card because it's just like neutral. It doesn't do anything in this matchup. And there is the turn 1 path this time. And over to Kai. Once again, those 2 cards could have been such a huge difference. It doesn't look like this is going to be like the end of it all here for Kai or anything like that. Should be able to easily attack with a Palkia this turn. And we might even just see like a Drizzile for Irida. I think there is like another level ball in the hand here for Kai, so that could lead to another Drizzile. So this could just get Irida, which could just get the Palkia V-Star plus the bucket, and then you should swing with Palkia. You do want to try and hit for 200 damage though, if you can, because if you hit for 200 damage, that means you can use Greninja later to clean up the KO and set up another KO. But if you hit for less than 200, then the Greninja won't get the cleanup. You could hit for a little bit less because you do have quick shooting, I guess. But you appreciate the 913 sub there, Dolan. What's up, bud? Guardy is negative with Path Out. Oh, wait, that's true. Guardy is a negative right now. Oh, that's actually a big deal, actually. Actually, Adam shouldn't have gotten a Pokemon there. That was actually a misplay from Adam then. I didn't even think about that. I always forget that Path to the Peak shuts down Guardy. So we're looking at, what, 100, 180. That's still only a quick shooting away. I don't like the... It is 180. Looks like they maybe missed that. I think Kai had another level ball in hand. I would have liked to have seen that level ball go get a Drizzile, and then that Drizzile go get a... That's a good question. What would I want that Drizzile to get? Probably like an Irida or an Evolution Incense, I think. Back to the couches. Let's get it. Oh, they do have like the hand cam stuff. Yeah, 180 now. Yeah, so definitely a mistake there from Adam to get the Gardevoir. Because, yeah, Kai could have actually got the KO here, potentially. If they had gotten another bench Pokemon plus a Choice Belt, that would have actually just been a knockout. So definitely a huge mistake there from Adam. Didn't get punished, but that plus 20 damage is still pretty relevant, because now this could lead to quick shooting plus Greninja knockout later on, or double quick shooting if it stays as a V for too long. And it looks like this start from Adam is way worse. Is it? Oh, it is just a pass. Okay, so now on Kai's side, we're looking for Boss KO the Arceus. If we have Boss KO Arceus here, this game is cooked. Boss KO, that's level ball. So we got to get Drizzile first. You can't just get the... Dude, yeah, Boss KO or double cross switcher, whatever. The boss isn't prize, so the boss is in the deck, so the boss is a little bit cleaner here. And the path is still in play, which means we're looking at 100, 200. You need a little bit more. Wait, 160, 200. Yeah, you need a Pokemon and a boss. Pokemon and a boss, or a Choice Belt and a boss. Choice Belt would also work, I guess. But I think you'd rather go with the Pokemon. Well, the Averys are a little bit scary, I guess. Okay, no, that's not how that works. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Choice Belt boss is probably correct here because you want to play around the Averys. Although Avery's not too detrimental to this board state, to be honest. Was there a better way to play this? Because this is kind of like limiting your resources pretty hard here as Kai. No! That doesn't work. Oh, no. Oh, there's a Palkia. Okay. I thought there was just 3 full art supporters in the hand. I was like, no, this is definitely way better. Yeah, I like this way better. It gives you more options. Yeah, because if you get Avery here, you just get rid of Manaphy and Greninja, and that's like whatever. I actually think Adam, if Adam thinks this is a terrible matchup, Adam should play out the rest of the turns till they lose. But if Adam thinks this is a fine matchup, especially when they go first, yeah, okay, Adam scoops. Then I would say I would like to see Adam scoop right now, because this is almost an insurmountable, a bad spot. Adam's in a bad spot, so I like this scoop here from Adam. This makes a lot of sense. Leaving 2 Drizzile in play with no Sobble is asking to die to Marnie. Not really. Like, you have 3 evolution. Like, lists usually play like 1 level ball, 3 evolution incense. Your Drizzile's in play, so that means it was going to either be. It looks like Kai is playing 2 level ball, and then you have any Irida out, any Irida grab as an out as well. I don't know. Getting aggressive with quick shooting is such a big difference. There's such a big difference between having quick shooting out like a turn earlier or not. So getting quick shooting out as soon as possible is a pretty big deal. So I would have liked to. I think I've seen the second Drizzile come down. And also, your hand just kind of sucked. So if you got Marnie, there was a pretty good chance that you drew into a decent amount of stuff there as well. So, and we're gonna skip ahead here. All right, game 3. Let's peep the prize cards. We got nothing ridiculous. The big charm's a little bit annoying for sure, actually, but because it could be countered by a choice belt, you never know if it's actually gonna matter. Double quick ball being prized could have a slow setup from Adam, but otherwise nothing too ridiculously, nothing super. Ooh, the Luminion attach. No, opening Luminion is bad enough, but then attaching to it is, I mean, it's that much worse. We're probably still gonna see a Arceus grab here from Adam, but that is not a good start here for Adam. There's the Arceus grab. Pretty subpar. Not what you want to see going first in game 3. Also, you have like a dead Pokemon in play now that just boosts Kai's damage here in the Luminion for the rest of the game. It's like a free 2 prize cards. Turn 1 path, though, pretty good, especially when there's the Greninja start here. But Kai does have the Irida. Has a pretty good hand, though, from what I can see. So Kai should be in a pretty good spot. VIP pass, and probably going to grab a water Pokemon as well. Has a 1/1 Palkia in the hand alongside a water energy. Definitely wants to pass. And I could see grabbing a Drizzile here, but might just settle for something like a Sobble or a Palkia. Did prize one of each of those. Yep, going to go with the Sobble. Okay, going to go back in. VIP pass, probably grab Sobble and a Palkia. And then we'll have 2 Sobble, 2 Palkia. Could be a little bit punished by an Avery, unfortunately. You don't really need 2 Palkia turn 1, but it is nice to get them out with the VIP passes so you're not 100% relying on quick balls later in the game as that comes up. And I believe there is like a level ball in the hand here for Kai, so Kai does have like an out to Drizzile in the next turn. We'll see, though. You appreciate the gifted sub there, J-Car. Over to Among Us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 2. Appreciate the 14 months there, Chance. Two Sobbles off the VIP. So it's going to be triple Sobble? Triple Sobble. I don't hate it. Because now if you get... I actually kind of like it. Because now if you get Avery, you just discard a Sobble. But if you had double Palkia, double Sobble, you'd have to get rid of a Sobble. So I actually like this a little bit more. It is going to put a lot more reliance on quick balls usually later on in the game. But it's whatever. Got some choices here from Adam. The hand is... You have the Pumpkaboo to bump the stadium, but that is just so bad. So one thing Adam could do is go bench Arceus, Pumpkaboo bump stadium, try and find Arceus V-Star, use Starbirth, find a double turbo, and then attack with Trinity Charge for the turn. You put so many Pokemon in play, it just becomes bad, I think. So I like this play from Adam a little bit better. Just attach, and then just kind of give up the Luminion almost as like a sacrifice here, and then kind of go from there. Did draw into the double turbo. Not much else happening. It's going to be a good opportunity for Kai to get ahead. Kai could theoretically knock out the Arceus on the bench, but that's probably not going to happen. I think it's fair to assume that probably won't happen. There is the training cord in the hand is actually a huge deal, though. That's a big deal. Now we could see Kai get really aggressive this turn. I don't think it would ever lead. It could lead to a KO. You could get Candy Quick Shooting, Choice Belt, Double Cross Switcher, Palkia, KO, the benched Arceus. I think what we'll probably see is Irida for Bucket and Palkia or Drizzile, depending on what's in the hand. Then Training Court bump, use Greninja, go from there. I don't know, though. Here's the Irida. Eyeing up the rare candy. Is there an Inteleon in the hand? There might be. I do like that grab. Oh, there is an Inteleon. Okay, I like the candy grab then. The KO here is close to impossible. But to be honest, just punching Arceus here is really good. So I wouldn't hate to just see, like... Is there a way to get, like, guaranteed bucket double cross switcher? I don't think so. Yeah. If you could just, like, guarantee a way to punch the Arceus. I mean, to be honest, knocking out the active is also fine. Actually, you might not even want to KO the active. You might just want to hit it. Actually, how are you getting from the active to the bench? I think Kai still has to use the training court this turn. So this thing needs to get, like, bucket and something. Yeah, it would have been nice to do more, but doing less here is fine. If you just hit the fish for 160, that's fine because you can quick shooting it later. Yeah, if Kai can just punch the fish, they're in like a really good... Ooh. Okay, I like this. You could draw a lot of cards this turn. I assume we're going to see Training Court, Greninja, draw 2, Net Reset, draw 2. You could also see the pickup on the Inteleon, I guess. I like that a little bit less because like you can't pull off the bigger plays this turn, but that wouldn't be terrible. The net... Oh, they're not even going to use the Training Court yet. I guess that's fine. I thought they were going to get aggressive and draw a lot of cards. Now their hand is just dead, though. Their hand does not have a ton of options. I don't like this as much. 160 is solid, though, because like I said, you can quick shooting it later. Boom. Clean it up later. That's fine. I thought we were going to draw some cards with Greninja here. I guess not drawing cards with Greninja is, like, fine. I just like the idea of... I don't know. That's, like, a lot. Your hand just has no great options. I guess it's probably fine, to be honest, though. But next turn, you're going to have to... See, the next turn, it gets awkward, though, because you don't have a Palkia. So you're going to have to do it anyways. So you basically scoop up netted just for the effect of switching it and not getting the bonus effect of resetting a Pokemon. I think I would have training courted there. And then I would have used Palkia's ability to ideally get an energy on a backup Palkia. Because right now you're like, next turn then... So now it gets really awkward for Kai because next turn... So next turn for Kai now... Oh, okay. This is still pretty good. No, but now next... Like, Kai has to find a Palkia here. So now you're going to bump the stadium and use Greninja once or hope to top deck. They didn't top deck. So now you have to bump the stadium. See, I think that was a big mistake for Kai not to be a little bit more aggressive there. I think Kai should have been more aggressive. You do bump the stadium, which does give them Starbirth, though, I guess, which you don't want to do. I don't know. That's weird, I guess. You don't want to give them Starbirth either. They're just going to play it slow. Actually, maybe I don't hate this, though. Playing it slow, you attach to Inteleon. Oh, okay, actually, no, I really like this. I actually really like this now. Now that I'm thinking about it, you can just use Inteleon next turn, right? I just thought Adam would probably set some more bigger stuff up, which would make things awkward. But, like, Adam didn't do anything, so this works out, to be honest. And I guess if they had set up more bigger stuff, you would have been more aggressive yourself. There's a Marnie top deck, though, but that's fine. Kai's hand was pretty much dead. So I'm pretty sure is welcome to some new cards. I don't know how many bucket Kai has used. Actually, it's possible Kai whiffs energy for turn. No, I guess you could always get the training card off of Shady Dealings. I'm assuming they find an out to Shady Dealings. And then in this situation, they can go KO. Actually, no. Can they KO? Yeah, you can go KO Arceus, KO Luminion, and you usually take a 2-prize knockout to win the game. I haven't seen the Echoing Horn. No, we have seen the Echoing Horn. So then Kai could look to Echoing Horn. Oh my gosh, that hit draw was so bad. Oh my gosh. Adam's draw was so bad. Holy moly. Goonpig. Is there an energy? There's no... Oh, no, but there's a Drizzile. So like, oh no, there's no energy in hand for Kai, but there is a Shady Dealings. The Inteleon is about to get sick here. It's going to knock out... It's going to draw 4 prize cards. I can't think of a reason to not draw 4 prize cards here as Kai. I think it just kind of makes sense to draw 4 prize cards. This would also probably be another decent situation to use the Raihan, to be honest. Because you're just going to run out of, like, the situations to use Raihan become less and less the more the game progresses. So using Raihan here, I actually kind of like. And then you get the energy on the Inteleon. You also have a Palkia in hand, so you can bench attach to the Palkia. And then you just grab another card that sets you up better for the following turn. Goes for the Irida. Yeah, I think I like the Raihan more, though. Like I said, like, it just... You're going to run out of situations to use it. And like I said, I don't even know if they have a bucket here. So we have to see if they have a bucket. So Shady Dealings for Irida. They do have the bucket. Okay, they're good. There's 1 prize. I wasn't sure if they had played 2 yet or not. A bucket and a poke. But yeah, see, like, you don't even need a Pokemon, because I think you have... I guess you grab the Inteleon. I don't know. I feel like Raihan is just better. Like I said, you're going to run out of situations to use Raihan. You'll push you the 56 months there, swag. So you get the Inteleon, you get the bucket. We're chilling. Oh, wait, we had an energy in hand the whole time. Okay, yeah, then we shouldn't get the bucket. I would even bench the other Palkia. I guess you maybe want to play around. Yeah, maybe you want to play around the 60, 120. I wonder what this... Why are we using this shady dealings, though? Do you need Choice Belt here? This is where I feel like this is definitely an overextension, because you're not that KOs, right? I'm almost positive that KOs. They go for Choice Belt plus Cross Switcher, so they're gonna put the Choice Belt on the Palkia, I assume, because they're gonna look for the Echoing Horn KO on the Luminion to close out the game. But now if you get Marnied here, you don't have any Inteleons left in your deck. I guess you netted it, so maybe this is still correct. But they didn't even attach the Choice Belt or the... I guess they get the net reset off, which I guess is okay. Like, you still get the net reset off. I think you should have attached a Choice Belt to the Palkia there, though, right? Because you're setting up for Palkia KO, Luminion to close it out. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that probably makes sense. Like, then you get the option of the Drizzile. You only need so many resources left to be able to close this one out. All right, Escape Rope comes in from Adam. Greninja send up seems fine to me. You're either looking for double Cross Switcher play, or you're just going to probably retreat back into the Inteleon and attack. Greninja kind of makes sense to me. If you did have the option of netting, though, you'd probably want to set up the Drizzile. There's down quite a few net, though, for Kai, though. So I don't know how many net are left. I'm not sure how many net are left here for Kai. But if there's not many, then I like the Greninja send up. Because if you did plan on netting next turn, you'd rather net an Inteleon than a Greninja. Here comes the Marnie. And yeah, Kai does not need very much. Even just attacking this Goon this turn puts on a ton of pressure. Yeah, even attacking with Inteleon this turn from Kai is like huge. Got a level ball though. I keep like talking about like leaving no Drizzile options in play, and then Kai keeps drawing into only outs from Drizzile, so it keeps working out. No matter how much I dislike it. Or how unnecessary I think it is to play towards that option, I should say. Had a capture energy in hand as well, so definitely can retreat. Has a water as well, so definitely could win this turn. Maybe even just has to win this turn. I don't even know, because they still have their V-Star power. I don't want to really do the math. I'm sure they'll figure it out. And get another basic off the capture. Level Ball can get Irida. Irida can grab... What are we looking at? I think we're like 20 damage. Oh, no, there's the Echoing Horn already. So I'm pretty sure this is game. I might be wrong. I don't want to really do the math myself. Level Ball becomes Drizzile, becomes... No, I think... No, they should have game here. They should have game here. Yeah, definitely should have game here. Level Ball becomes Drizzile, which becomes Inteleon. Inteleon becomes... Well, no, they played the boss. No, they actually don't have game yet. They don't quite have game yet, I don't think, actually, because they can't get 3... No, they can get 3 item cards. Drizzile becomes Irida. Irida becomes Inteleon and Cross Switcher. Inteleon becomes Training Core plus Cross Switcher. So they have game set up right now, if they see it. We'll see if they figure it out. I didn't want to do the math at first, but then I convinced myself to do it. Am I wrong? Oh, no, because they also need Palkia V-Star. Never mind. They're our card off. Melanie does seem... Well, I don't know if I like Melanie, though, still. Because Melanie doesn't guarantee anything. If they draw bad off this Melanie, they could be in trouble now. But if they get Irida, they can always set up for their following turn. I guess they could draw... Does this give them... I guess well, no, I guess this is the only way for them to get to play this turn. But you don't need to get to play this turn. So I think I would have just, like, I would have just chilled. Palkia does 200 for 3. Oh, they also could have done that play as well, right? They could have gone... Could they have gone 2 Palkias, though? I don't know if they could have set that up. They don't have 2 Palkias in hand. No, they could have gone Capture for second Palkia. Yeah, they could have gone to Capture for second Palkia. Drizzile. Or Irida gets Inteleon Cross Switcher. No, they still can't get the Palkia V-Star. They're still short a card. No, just use Palkia V. No, but you need to get 3 energy on the Palkia V, which means you need a V-Star and a V in play. You can't just have a V in play and put 3 energy on it. That's cheating. You know, flip over your V-Star marker and hope nobody noticed that you don't have the Subspace Swell or whatever. What is it even called? All right, Evolution Incense gets the Palkia, has an energy. Did they get it off the Melanie? Double Cross Switcher up the Luminion, but they need an energy. They need an energy for turn. Okay, and they have it. All right. Yes, okay. Kai takes it down with the Palkia. Yeah, that's the, what's it called? I didn't want to do all the math, but yeah, I guess Melanie was the only out, I think. They figured it out. All right, let's move along. Round 4. I think this will have to be my last round for the day, but I'll stream the rest of day 1 tomorrow, hopefully. And then we probably won't watch day 2 until Tuesday. I should just like find it in the VOD. I'm like skipping ahead. All right, we got Tord versus Eric. Tord playing the Lost Box. Eric playing. Looks like. Hey, let's go back one more. Looks like Palkia. Tord on the Lost Box versus Eric on the Palkia. See what tech cards Eric has for this matchup. I'm sure probably has something. The question is just what do they have? Sableye start from Tord, not great. Sobble start when you go first, to be honest, also not great. Usually want to open the Palkia. It does have the Lost City, though. So that's already one tech card. Lost City's super good in this matchup because you can Lost City their Zard, so they only get to use it once. So that's actually a super good... And they have the Cologne. So definitely have some double Lost City. Sheesh, chill out. Oh, wait, double Mew? Is this just the Gearheart list? Double Mew? No shot. They've got everything in here. Yeah, Tord does have the horn. The horn is prized. All right. Let's see if Tord can get off that. The turn 1 cram attack here is actually pretty big, to be honest. It does have a Colress. And a Fog Crystal. Yeah, this looks like a cram. Good shot for cram to happen out of this hand, to be honest. Actually, this game could be a blowout because this is one of those board states. Oh, has Goon in there. Has Goon and Heavy Ball in here now, and Quick Ball. This is one of those board states where if Tord can get the KO on the Sobble, you can just like constantly limit the Palkia player from ever getting actually getting a Sobble in play. Because then every time you bench a Sobble from there, if you just have Sableye, you just limit it every single time. You appreciate the 16 months there, Voodoo. So got rid of Goon and Cross Switcher. Escape Rope, of course, not going to be great there. And Tord's probably going to be pretty disappointed on this Heavy Ball, to be honest. I wonder if you play the Fog Crystal first. Yeah, you should play Fog Crystal first, because then you probably Quick Ball the Heavy Ball, to be honest, with this hand. Because you want everything else in this hand. So once Tord goes through here and sees that there's just a Sableye prized, probably will Quick Ball away the Heavy Ball. Because there's like nothing worth grabbing off of the Heavy Ball, so it becomes the best Quick Ball target at that point. No Crams, no Comfy's prize, just a Sableye. So probably not worth keeping around. What they end up going with, though. Yep, just the Comfy. And then, yeah, probably Quick Ball away the Heavy Ball at this point, because there's no good cards in there. No good cards prized. I mean, the Sableye is good, but not very often. And everything else in this hand is just so ridiculously good. You probably just let it go and be fine with that. We'll see, though. Shuffling up, so maybe not. Maybe is going to go in with the heavy ball here. I mean, I guess you could go, to be honest, you could go heavy ball, quick ball the Sableye. I guess that is just probably better, right? To heavy ball, quick ball the Sableye. Because then the Sableye's in the discard pile for you to get back with Clara. So no, actually, this does make more sense. You can Clara it back at some point. I assume it still will be the quick ball target because everything else in the hand is so much better. The only card you don't really want to use is the escape rope, but you probably will end up using the escape rope anyways. Or you might end up using the escape rope anyways just to make sure you can get off the turn one attack, because you'd rather get off the turn one attack than not get it most of the time. But you could also escape rope twice and bring the Sobble back to the active and knock it out with a Cram still. Yeah, we'll see if he ends up quick balling the Sableye or not. Manaphy's good. Yeah, like everything else, like I said, is so good. You could also start with, I guess you wouldn't have to quick ball yet, right? You could wait. You can net first. Net first, use Comfy, and then the quick ball can become the Cram. But it's eyeing up the escape rope. You really want to knock out the Sobble. Yeah, so there we go. Net, Comfy gets used. Hopefully find Cram, or an outer Cram, or another Comfy, and then the other card. Oh, double escape rope now, though. So the double escape rope works now. Definitely go with the double escape rope play here. So now you can get an extra Comfy use out. So now you have to commit the quick ball to get the Comfy, though. But could use a Rangaroo first, I guess, and that could try and find it. I don't know what you'd put back here, though. You probably have to... Oh, you put the Sableye back. You don't need two Sableyes. And hope that runs into a Cram or a Comfy, so then the quick ball can get the other. And it is a Comfy. All right, pretty good. So now we have the guaranteed... Tord has the guaranteed knockout now on the Sobble. Now we Comfy again. Interesting to not use the net there. I guess maybe wants to save it for a future turn. Could quick ball now as well to go get the Cram. And it looks like that is... But I think... Wouldn't you want to save the quick ball potentially? If you hit a VIP pass here off this Comfy, you just take that, and then that gets both Crams. You save the quick ball. Now you have no Sableyes in the hand. Yeah, so now you have no Sableyes in the hand, which means after you attack with this Cram, you have to find more Sableyes. Instead of trying to hit the Cram off the Comfy, you've committed to this line where that is no longer possible. Interesting choice there. Because you have the quick ball. You can always use the quick ball whenever you want to if you have to. What do I think about Colress before Fog with no prize info? It's still just correct because you're trying to find double Comfy. You're trying to maximize your outs of double Comfy. Doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna lie. Eric seems so confused by every action Tord is making. Alright, one of the fire energies bites the dust. I wonder what the trade-off was for. Looks like a Marnie for next turn. Actually, for this turn? No, because we use Colress. And there's the escape rope. And now knockout on the Sobble. That's what I was saying. Like, if we just left the Cram in the deck, we increase our chances of seeing Cram. We increase our chances of seeing Cram from the Comfy, which means you get to bench the Sableye this turn from Tord instead. I mean, it's possible Eric just whiffs an attack in general, but it's possible also that Eric does attack. I don't know. A general opinion on Palkia? It's probably the best overall deck in the format still. But yeah, Chorus is definitely correct. Chorus is Chorus before Fog Crystal is correct. You're just trying to maximize your odds of seeing double Comfy. Unless you didn't want to see Comfy, but even then, the power of Fog Crystal to find Sableye or energy later on still makes sense. Like, the value of being able to see double Comfy in that situation outweighs the value of, what's it called? So, really slow start from Eric. Is it just going to be attach? I think it's just attach past. Oh no, had an energy in the discard pile. Okay, so can attack. Yeah, knockout cram. All right, so gets a knockout at the very least. Still a pretty slow start here from Eric, though. Aren't you trying to maximize hitting VIP pass, though? No, you still value hitting double comfy over hitting double VIP pass. Because that's your goal, is just get double comfy. Like, hitting VIP pass is great, but I'd rather see double comfy. I'd rather increase my chance of seeing double comfy. Oh, another card to the loss zone, actually. That's actually interesting. It almost feels like that's not an advantage for Eric, to be honest. So we might see Guru to put the VIP pass on top. So going to be abusing the Guru comfy combo early, it looks like. Because you could have just started with Marnie there as Tord, I think, and that would have been fine. Another comfy. And is definitely probably just looking for Cram here. Once again, this kind of goes back to when Tord, like, quick-balled for Cram. If Tord had just found Cram off Comfy instead of quick-balling out of the deck, then Tord could have quick-balled for Cram this turn and then had a Cram. It's also possible that Tord maybe only plays one Cram now that they play the Heavy Ball. I could see that actually being the case. We'll see as the game progresses if we see the second Cram from Tord. But because Tord does play Heavy Ball, I could see it... what's it called? Oh, Rare Candy in Palkia and Talion? I don't know. I don't play enough Palkia to have an opinion on it, to be honest. It's good against Lost Box to have the Rare Candy, but other matchups it's not as good against. So getting rid of Comfy, and that's 2 cross switchers in the Lost Zone now. I wonder if Tord is on 3 or 4 cross switchers. You also don't need too many cross switchers in this matchup in general, to be honest. So we're at 9, which is not 10, so Sableye not quite online. And because of the Lost City getting rid of the Cram, Tord couldn't go like Clara for the, what's it called, this turn. Not attacking this turn doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, though, overall, to be honest. If Tord doesn't attack this turn, I don't think it's the end of the world. But would definitely prefer to attack this turn to put the pressure on. Attach retreat to Comfy. One more to the Lost Zone. If there's a switch card here, Tord can attack. Or, oof, that's a Colress, though. Or Tord could try and Marnie into a switch card and attack with Sableye this turn. But you really want to hold this hand as Tord because it has a Clara to recover Sableye. Gets rid of the switch card. Oh, no, wait. Tord has played a Colress. So Tord is just not attacking this turn, actually. I take it back. Comfy Sableye down. And pass. There's 2 Sableye in the discard pile. Yeah, there will be 2 Sableye in the discard pile. Yeah, so no switch card. So Tord's whiffing an attack here. Like I said, I think it's probably fine. This is where the game gets really weird. So now Eric just can't bench Palkia or bench Sobbles. Eric just cannot bench Sobbles, but Eric's also used their... there's a double cross switcher onto the Sableye, which is fine. Tord has the Clara in hand. Now Tord can just use Clara for double Sableye, double energy. And then, yeah, knockout on the Sableye. So if Eric basically can't bench Sobbles anymore at all, Tord knows that. And now it's just going to become Tord trying to, like, KO this Palkia is the game plan. And that's basically it from here. Comfy first. Needs a switch card here. That is no switch card, but did actually get the Cramorant. Oh, no, but you have to take the fire energy here, right? Yeah, you can't get rid of another fire. Oh, second Cram to the Lost Zone. Now this gets awkward for Tord because... Oh, my... Yeah, that's... Oh, wait, the Lost City put the Sableye in the Lost Zone. I actually forgot about that. So there's not even 2 Sableyes in the discard. Whoa, this is super... This Lost City is actually putting in work for Eric. Eric's lone Palkia... The lone Palkia Lost City combo is... Okay, got the net. Okay, so we could see Tord attack this turn with the Sableye, finally. But yeah, this Lost City is actually putting in tremendous work. This Lost City has put in unbelievable work for Eric so far. Getting rid of the Cram was big. Now getting rid of the Sableye was even bigger. Because now this Clara is going to be pretty inefficient. Tord's actually going to go for the Colress here instead of the Clara, even with the net in hand. So looking for that last Sableye and ideally a Stadium Bump. Ooh, there's cross switchers. The Heavy Ball can go for sure. Is that 2 Heavy Ball then? Hasn't Tord already played burned a Heavy Ball? Am I wrong? Does Tord play 2 Heavy Ball? No. It was Guru'd, right? He Guru'd the Heavy Ball. All right, never mind. So Heavy Ball bites the dust here. You got to get rid of that Lost City, I feel like. at some point. You can't let that Lost City stick in play. So do you get rid of the heavy ball, get rid of the escape rope? How important are the cross switches is the biggest question here, I think. Is Tord just not attacking again? You could actually, it's actually not that bad for Tord, to be honest. You could just bench Charizard with energy, with Psychic Energy, and hope that Eric doesn't have a Gust effect, which is pretty unlikely that Eric could Gust your Zard this turn, to be honest. So, but if Eric has Gust plus Lost City, you're in trouble. And we know Eric plays 2 Lost City. I don't think Tord knows that. Colress versus a Fog Crystal. That one's actually kind of tough here because you are looking for that third Sableye that's still in the deck here as Tord. The Fog Crystal gets you there. Colress is pretty good though, but it does look like Tord maybe is close to decking out. So yeah, from Tord here, I think we are going to see bench Zard. Yeah, so opts for the Fog Crystal. Is out of switching cards, so we can't see an attack this turn from Tord. So I think what we will see from Tord here is we will see bench Zard with Psychic Energy. And then next turn, we'll be able to do the Zard attack on 3 prize cards. Oh, or the Fire Energy makes more sense, not the Psychic Energy, yeah. And then, yeah, Path, get rid of that Lost City. And then, Fog Crystal as well, going to thin out the deck, going to grab the Sableye. Yeah, not a whole ton left in the deck for Tord. There's very little. There's a Psychic. There's like nothing, to be honest. But still has a chance here. Tord still has a chance. I guess it's hard to... Like, Tord has a fully set up board, and Eric has a Palkia, and I'm saying Tord has a chance. But it does feel like if Eric can continue to set up Palkias, that Eric is kind of at the advantage. Especially because I don't know if Tord plays the Roxanne. Here we go, Irida. Probably just going to grab a Palkia. And a Bucket, to be honest. I can't imagine what else you'd get here as Eric. Palkia plus Bucket makes sense to me. We'll see if Eric thinks different. That's a Palkia. That's a Bucket. All right. Now, of course, Marnie is something that Tord still has around and could utilize. Probably doesn't want to use it this turn. Might even wait till like the last turn until... Well, you want to use it on a turn when you think you're disrupting Eric's next turn as much as possible. So maybe next turn is the turn to use it. We'll see. Yeah. Well, Tord will have to use the Clara a turn before. So it'll have to be like attack with Zard. Zard gets attacked, use Clara, play Marnie, I guess would have to be the sequence here from Tord. So Marnie will get played on the last turn of the game. Now, if Eric doesn't... No, you can't ever not attack here as Eric. If you don't attack here, you just get Sableyed, so... I don't know if Eric's ever considering not attacking here, but no way! That's actually a really bad play from Eric. Eric actually didn't attack. So the reason this is so bad is because it gives Tord a free turn to just attack with Sableye now. I think Eric thought this was like a smart play because Eric sees the Charizard coming. You can always get rid of the Manaphy here as Tord, I think, because the V-Star power has been used, so you don't need to play around Greninja. Yeah, but now Tord literally just gets to attack with Sableye. Yeah, now Tord literally just gets to attack with Sableye for turn. Like double cross switcher, I assume will be the bring up. Probably didn't want to use the cross switchers here, but didn't hit a switch card off the Comfy, so you kind of have to settle here. Yeah, you can't always pick exactly what you want to do, but you appreciate the gifted sub there, J-Car, over to Shady Boy Shadow. So now the Sableye is going to probably go 6 and 6 to play around Big Charm. So we'll probably see 6 and 6 on each of the Palkias. Not sure what was put on top there. Yep, 6 and 6 will play. Oh, and goes with the Marnie this turn. Okay, so it can have the back-to-back Marnie play as well. Wait, so why not attack in the first place? Eric thought that by not attacking, they were getting to play around Charizard attacking, but it was just a misplay from Eric. Like, that was a mistake from Eric. So now Eric gets 4 random cards, and it's possible Eric gets stuck this turn, and currently Eric is stuck. So yeah, it was just a misplay from Eric. It also lets Tord be more aggressive with Marnie, because otherwise Tord would probably have held that last hand to have the Clara in it. You could recover and find the Clara possibly. So yeah, we should see 6-6 here to play around Big Charm. Heavy Ball from Eric, not going to find anything. And the hand is dead, so this is terrible spot for Eric now. I don't even know what you do from here. I think Tord's next turn is just going to be put 12 on the bench Palkia. And just set that one up to be KO'd. This is a really bad spot. Yeah, that Marnie kind of did him in. You can't bench Sobble. Oh, don't do it. It's dead. If you bench it, it's dead. Eric thinking about benching the Sobble. It's just the pass, but that's just as bad. Or not quite the pass. Gonna go get another Lost City. Man, the Lost Cities are really good against Lost Box. Now, I thought about them after seeing Gearhart's list. I was like, okay, those are like definitely, obviously good against Reggie. Pretty good against Lost Box as well, but they're really good. That's really annoying. If I was a Lost Box player, I'd be very annoyed if my opponent had 2 Lost Cities in their Palkia deck. All right, vacuum top deck here from Tord. But yeah, Sableye, like I said, probably just put 12. You could attach the Zard here, I guess, if you wanted to. I don't know if that's... I think that might be worth it overall, to be honest. You could even establish the air balloon as well on one of the Comfies. You kind of want to play the vacuum. To be honest, you could vacuum here because they have the Lost City anyways. But now you probably want to save the vacuum to Lost City to vacuum the Lost City. What is kind of scary here though is Eric can go Lost City KO Zard. Like that's scary. That's still like a scary play that Eric has is Lost City plus KO Zard. So Tord wants to try and play around that as much as possible. So it's become like a little bit of an awkward spot. I kind of like attached to Zard here just to set that up. But you're not really afraid of getting Marnied or anything like that, so maybe it's not worth. But you could like preemptively set up a Sableye after that as well by like Claraing next turn potentially. I think Tord does have the Clara in hand right now, so it has the Clara to set up and follow up. We'll see though. Yeah, like I said, you could establish the air balloon as well. I don't see a reason not to kind of get the air balloon set up to play around Roxanne and Marnie in the future if they play it. Yeah. The air balloon established. I like that. You could even use a switch card this turn to use a Comfy use and just get another Comfy ahead. Be able to, the extra Comfy use plus a Rangaroo use to manipulate your top deck or the rest of your board state that much more. And then, like I said, I'd say assume 12 would go to the bench or enough on the bench that you could KO it next turn. But I can't tell how much is being placed. So it looks like there's 8 on the active, which means there's 160 on the bench. I could be mistaken, but you ideally just want to KO that bench Palkia. I think they got there. They figured it out. So it should be 240 total. Yeah, so it should be 240 total. All right, they got there. Let's get it. No way. No way. Eric just top decked the cross switcher. Oh, what a top deck. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. That's absurd. Okay, now this doesn't... The game's not over yet because Eric doesn't have a follow-up attacker. Game's not over yet. Yeah, because Eric does not have a follow-up attacker. But what an absurd top deck. Sobble in play? I don't know. Can Tord KO the active Palkia and the Sobble? Maybe they can't. That might be a slip up from Tord to not put it all on the V-Star here. Absolutely insane. I have no idea how much damage is on each Palkia, so I can't commentate too much on like the plays available. No, it looks like it is 160 on that Palkia, and then there's 80 on the other Palkia. So yeah, Tord can't KO Sobble and Palkia. But I almost like the Sobble KO. How many prize cards does Tord have left? 5? Oof, this is gonna get tough. If Eric can like set up another Palkia, this is gonna get tough. Kind of just not doing enough damage right now. Yeah, what an absurd top. That was just crazy. All right, the Guru in gets +1 card to work with, and then we should see... Oh, there's like nothing in Tord's hand. Oh, so just putting the Clara on top to play around that. Yeah, this is a tough choice here from Tord. I almost like the idea of KOing the Sobble and putting more damage on the active Palkia and kind of leave Eric working working off the top deck plus prize cards. I like that. I think I like this choice here from Tord. And force Eric to work as much as possible off the prize cards and the top decks. I think you should put all 6 on the active, so that way next turn you could go KO Palkia, the active Palkia plus another Sobble if you wanted to. But ooh, gonna go with some on the bench, some on the active. Can't tell about that. There's a level ball in Eric's hand, so once again, Eric could bench another Sobble and kind of force Tord to respect it. Which I think is probably the correct play here from Eric. I think you got to bench another Sobble. Force damage away from your Palkias, basically. But then you kind of run into the situation, actually, where you're going to get caught by... I mean, you will eventually get caught by Echoing Horn here if Tord can find to add the prize cards. Yeah, the attachment for sure makes sense. I don't know. What is the damage on the Palkias? Can Tord KO both Palkias next turn? Because if Tord can do that, Tord probably just wins. Level ball. Eye up another bobblehead. They're currently 25 minutes deep into this game, so it'll be hard to close out. This is like a slow matchup. Grabs nothing. Holy smokes. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. All right. All right. I wonder if Tord can ever net up enough Pokemon to where... I wonder how many nets Tord has left. Could Tord net up all of their Pokemon and just have one Sableye in play versus a Palkia? And then the Sableye couldn't get KO'd? You were to off the prize cards from Eric's going to be a big deal. I'm pretty sure both Palkias can't be KO'd. But could they be... In 2 more Sableye attacks... Will 2 more Sableye attacks lead to... both Palkias being KO'd? That's what I'm wondering here. Does 2 more Sableye attacks lead to both Palkias being KO'd? And also, I'm pretty sure like playing Marnie here as Tord would be incorrect because even if... Well, you just played Clar, so you can't play Marnie. Never mind. Not many cards left in deck. Comfy. I mean, I don't even know what else... Definitely take the Marnie here, I would assume. I don't know why you need Palkia. Well, the Fall Crystal can guarantee the energy, but you should be able to see like your whole deck at this point anyways as Tord, I'm pretty sure. Now, the Lost City is in the Lost Zone. Part of the zone. I just don't know how much damage is in play. I don't know if two Sableye attack draws 4 prize cards, then the game's like basically over. Wait, did Tord use Guru twice there? Or did they not use it? No, they didn't use it on the first Comfy. Alright, retreat, and... We'll see. I mean, the bench Palkia can't attack yet, so I assume as Tord here, you want to knock out the active Palkia. But you also don't want to get Roxanne, I guess, which is like something you'd want to play around. Which is, I guess, the reason to maybe hold the Fog Crystal there. But you could also play the Vacuum here as Tord and get rid of one of your own air balloons. Oh no, don't you want to? You actually want to KO the bench Palkia before it evolves. So if you KO the bench Palkia, then you KO the active next turn and you just win. Oh, okay, no. Actually, Tord's just gonna win this, yeah, because Eric didn't have the evolution on the last turn. So that means this should just be game. Tord just wins. I mean, there could be a Roxanne here, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, for some reason, I was thinking like Tord wouldn't KO the bench Palkia here, and then it could evolve and then become the Palkia V-Star. All right, so Tord wins game 1. 22 minutes left. I mean, that should be enough time for a potential tie. We'll see. All right, I wonder if they'll show us the prize cards. All right, so Eric going first, I assume here. Not a great start. That start is actually terrible. It's just like double Lost City, and that's it. That start is like actually terrible. And a quick ball. Probably you want to grab double Sobble here as soon as possible because you just want to evolve them to Dresiles and try and get off an Inteleon use before it's too late. But yeah, pretty bad hand there. I mean, it's not that bad, though. You have, like, the level ball or something in there. You have a Drizzle out in there, right? Yeah, you have a Drizzle. Double Lost City. That turn he doesn't attack with Palkia sealed it. Yeah, that might have been the... Well, I don't know, to be honest, because then Tord would have been able to attack with Charizard sooner. In that game, Tord never got to attack with Charizard, so I don't know if actually that would have made a difference, to be honest. It definitely seems like it made a difference because of how that played out, but... Yeah, I wouldn't say that's always going to make a difference there. We don't know for sure. All right, heavy ball from Tord, and this time there's a lot of Pokemon in there. There's the Goon, a Comfey, and some other Psychic Mon. So heavy ball coming in clutch this game, not as much in the last game. Yeah, because him not attacking with Palkia there did lead to the Zard getting Lost Zone, to be honest, so... Only a couple switch cards. Does have Colress, though. So here we go. Colress. 5. Ugh, already some tough choices. Shouldn't be too bad, though. Keep the Zard for sure. Eyes up the path. You definitely want a Manaphy. So I think that was actually pretty easy. There were some really good... There were some cards in there you almost can never ditch. I guess the Zard was the only one, to be honest. Well, the Manaphy in this situation as well. You can almost never ditch the Manaphy here as well. I think it has the escape rope, so is looking for that... Actually, already has the Cram knockout, I believe. Like, it's already set up in the hand to have the Cram KO. Yeah, the Cram KO is already set up. You could even just play the escape rope right now. Or you could go with the net, to be honest. You probably do want to go with the net. Actually, it doesn't matter too much because the Palkia deck doesn't play too much hand disruption, so it's not like you're not going to be able to find the net. I think it just goes with the rope here. And it's just going to settle at 4, it looks like. Cram or Horn? It's a tough one. As long as you have a quick ball target, the Horn would be nice to keep, but... going to settle. Getting rid of the Horn. No Horn this game for Tord. With the Cram. Gets to save the net as well. Has a pretty solid start here, though. Cram, Manaphy. Yeah, conserving the net here instead of using it this turn. Could have used it this turn. Aggressive with the path again. Could have saved it as a Lost City counter. And in this situation, to be honest, probably would have, but doesn't know that Eric has 2 Lost City in the hand, so... Yeah, it's going to have to deal with those pretty quickly. And got rid of a vacuum this turn as well, so the Lost Cities are coming in hot here in just a second. Sobble, hello Palkia. It's probably, unfortunately for Eric, this is probably going to have to lead to another early Star Portal. What is the name of the ability? I don't know what the name of the ability is. Whatever the name of the ability is, it's going to lead to another early Star Portal. I think it's called Star Portal. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Star Portal. Yeah, this is probably going to have to lead to another early Star Portal from Eric, which means never even has the possibility to abuse Greninja. And Tord's going to be looking for the KO on Drizzile next turn. Already has 4 in the Lost Zone. Has another Colress in hand and a net. So already looking good to potentially be able to pull off a Drizzile KO next turn. Doesn't get the V. Actually, can Eric even attack this turn? The more that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, Eric needs... I don't even know if Eric has energy in the discard pile. Don't I play? I just know what the cards do. I don't know the names of the attacks or the abilities or attacks. I don't think Eric can attack this turn. This is really bad if Eric doesn't attack this turn. Bench Palkia, attach active, go find a stadium. Bench Sobble. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Yeah, this is rough. This is really bad. Tord's going to get super far ahead on this. Especially if Tord can actually KO a Drizzile or a Sobble, whether that be with the Cramorant or like double cross switch or Cram KO. Drizzile's more than reasonable here. No stadium grab does tell Tord that the Lost Cities are probably in the hand. You definitely want to limit. You're definitely looking to limit Sobbles and Drizziles here as Tord. We'll see what Tord can do about it. Has a Koros in hand. Another Scoop Up Net top deck. That's going to be pretty insane. Has a Cross Switcher in hand already as well. So just needs... I mean, could go with the Sableye. Could go with the Cross Switcher Cram KO as well. Has the options of both here. Yeah, Fire and Falk. I couldn't see what the other card is there from Tord. I think it was a Sableye, though. Yeah, so another question is, I guess, for Tord, like, how far do you go from here? To get, I guess you retreat. That's what I'm seeing here. You might eyeing up the net. I don't hate the retreat here, though, but retreating Fire feels so bad. You could retreat with a Psychic, though. Yeah, retreat with a Psychic here I actually kind of like, I think. Because you want to save the nets to loop your Comfies. Ideally. There's no Psychic prize though, so I think this would be fine. Yeah, so it gets the Psychic, so he's gonna retreat the Cram to a Comfy, and keep going from there. Double Manaphy? I believe so. Looks like maybe cut down on the Psychics by 1. Might just be thinning out the deck of the Psychic first, though. I guess that's also reasonable. But I think we'll see attach retreat here from the Cram. Oh, where'd the Guru come from? Was that a top deck? Might even start. Yeah, actually going to start with the Primate Wisdom. Put the dead card on top. Yeah, path's not great right now, but it'll definitely be good later. And yeah, let's see if Tord goes with the Hard Retreat or the Net. Go Psychic Retreat. Could also go Scoop Up Net. Both seem reasonable. Gonna go with the Scoop Up Net here. This potentially leads to less Comfies. Fog Crystal. Oh, no, it'll lead to the same amount of Comfies because you could Hard Retreat the Comfy, I guess. Yeah, because you just Hard Retreat the Comfy, so it should lead to the same amount of Comfies, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, it'll lead to actually the same amount of Comfies. In my head, I thought it didn't, but... I mean, it's an easy pick here, but it's not what you want to see. And I guess if you retreat, that means you can't Sableye this turn. Would you rather Sableye this turn? Now, what is it? Because I think you do just attach retreat. Like, Cram into Palkia is so low value. Feels like not worth. But Tord did bench the Cram, so I think we're going to see attach retreat attack with Cram. And we might even see attach retreat with the Fire instead. Because you want to save the Psychic for the Sableye, yeah. On the Sableye on the next turn. So only up to 8 in the Lost Zone. And the hand, to be honest, does not have a ton of options. But Eric did do nothing last turn, so... Second Manaphy down. Play around the Greninja canceling Cologne play. Why not? You have the bench space for it as well. And swing, 110. No KOs on the Sobbles or Drizzles, unfortunately. But Eric's hand is also currently dead. Top deck's a Palkia. That's all Eric has. Is a Palkia, attach, swing. Could throw out a Lost City right now. Lost City and Cram, though, is not really what you want to be Lost City or Lost Zoning. So probably... Is that... That's not 3 Lost City, is it? No, it's a Cross Switcher. Oh, my gosh. I was like, 3 of them? Yeah, just swing. I like that. Now has 2 Cross Switchers, but yeah, this is looking pretty bad for Eric. Air Balloon top deck from Tord is great. Still needs one more thing in the Lost Zone, though. He's going to be able to get one here with the first Comfy, but then needs like a switch card or something to get the next one in there. Stabilize and Energy all at the top. Looks like he's opting for the Energy Grab here. Thin that out before the Comfy. And then we'll see if the Primate Wisdom happens first. With the current hand, I would imagine Primate Wisdom wouldn't happen. And we'll probably see Comfy first and then go from there. I could have seen like Primate Wisdom, the Fog Crystal. That would have been probably a fine play, but... We'll see what this first Comfy brings. Here we go. Comfy number 1. Or will there be the Oranguru first? Nope. Yeah, all those cards in the hand seem a little bit too good. Even the Cross Switcher, if you get another Cross Switcher here. And there's the Cross Switcher. But what does it come with? I think it comes with a Marnie. think that was the other card. I can't tell. Oh, it's a Clara. Still does not feel great to lose a Clara, but when you're this far ahead, I think it's probably going to be manageable here for Tord. Air Balloon retreat to the other Comfy. You don't even need to use the cross switchers yet, to be honest. If you just find like a switch card or a scoop up net off of this one. There's an escape rope. But the other card is a Colress. I think you're going to take the Colress here, especially when you have the cross switchers to set up to get the Sableye in the active still. And then we'll probably see the Colress get played here. I don't think there's been a supporter played yet from Tord, so you may as well play this Colress. Keep thinning out the deck, building on the hand. There we go. Has the attack guaranteed. Probably doesn't want to use the cross switchers. But I think, well, one of the two of the cards are cross switcher and Sableye. I don't know what the third one is. One Sableye. There's a net, so you don't have to cross switcher here as Tord. But to be honest, double cross switcher up the other Palkia, we could find us in the same exact situation as the last game where it gets stuck for a turn. So I don't hate the cross switchering here from Tord. I wouldn't hate to see double cross switcher here, to be honest, on the Palkia. You don't have to cross switcher anymore because you have the scoop up net. Oh, well, you put the scoop up net out on top and turn to another scoop up net. So Tord definitely planned to cross switcher, so I don't think the net for net's going to change anything. Here comes Palkia. And yeah, Eric had nothing last turn, did draw a prize card, and we'll have a new top deck to work with. And the Sobble or Drizzile is leaving play. Now Tord has to pick which one is going to be the better one to remove. I think because Eric didn't have a Drizzile last turn, you probably just remove the Drizzile from play this turn. And then put 3 on the... I would almost want to put 3 on the Sobbles. That way you could KO Sobble and Drizzile again next turn. But I think you probably remove the Drizzile. Because like Eric's had the Sobble in play for a turn and did not make it a Drizzile. So you know Eric does not have a way to do that. Oh, but does go for the Sobble KO. And then we'll see where the other 3 end up. I assume on, yeah, up one of the Palkias. Top deck for Eric is a scoop up net. So that would have been able to... Well, no, the Drizzile would have been dead. Never mind. Would have been able to reset the Drizzile, but the Drizzile would not have been there. Goes for a Manaphy chase from Eric. Interesting. I would have definitely removed the Comfy with Air Balloon here, I think, for sure. Even though Eric has the Lost City here, I don't love this play from Eric. Definitely should have brought up the Comfy with the Air Balloon, remove that constant pivot from Tord. Let's Tord dig that much deeper into the deck every single turn. And yeah, I mean, once that Drizzile gets removed from play too, the chance of Eric actually being able to like abuse Cologne around a solo Manaphy is pretty unlikely, I think. So we'll just see Sableye here again from Tord. Knockout Drizzile, and then set up 3 more on... I don't know how much damage is on the active Palkia, but could be on... The active or the bench Palkia are both going to be fine, to be honest, at this point. And probably wants to remove that Lost City from play, but does have a path in hand. Does it have 2 paths? No, 1 path. Maybe should have... I don't know. I wonder what the Tord took over the vacuum. Maybe should have kept the vacuum. Because you never know when that second Lost City is going to make an appearance. Set up another Sableye. Why not? That's at the peak. Yeah, I wonder what the card is that Tord took over the vacuum there. Because the vacuum seems pretty good to combat that second Lost City. Because I don't think there's another path in Tord's hand here. That sounds annoying. Guru the Clara for next turn. If he passes in the hand, can abuse that. Oh, maybe it was vacuum actually. I don't think that vacuum was in the hand last. I think Tord vacuumed, or I think Tord comfied into vacuum. Sableye again, knockout Drizzile, of course, or knock out the Palkia. The Palkia can be KO, to be honest. Oh, is it a KO on the Palkia? Oh, it is a KO on the Palkia. Okay, so just gonna knock out the Palkia then. That seems fine to me. I still kind of like the idea of knockout Drizzile. To be honest, at this point, I don't feel like it matters too much. But I guess you remove... You know, Eric's, once again, is dead drawing. But all of Eric's outs to plays, I guess they wouldn't really come from... Either you have a Palkia or you don't have a Palkia, and then you need a top deck and out to a Palkia. So I guess KOing the Palkia there does make the most sense. And yeah, Eric scoops. Tord wins 2-0. Lost box over Palkia. All right, chat. I think that's going to do it for me. Times at 6. The 5G update make me blind? Wait, wow, what was I missing? really helps Palkia's damage output. All right, chat, that's going to do it for me. I'm out of here. I will be back tomorrow. And we'll hopefully be able to finish up all of day 1 tomorrow. And then we'll probably watch all of day 2 on Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and raid. Actually, I don't know who I'm going to raid. Hold up. Anyone streaming the Pokemon TCG? Oh, Delock is? We can go and raid Delock then. All right, chat. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow for more Lille regional action. And then, yeah, catch you tomorrow. Peace.